I detached the audio. It's got the Dirty Water song over it for now. It's so like campy, but
So
yeah. All right, boom. Episode 2, Bostonian and The Beast. Myself, Tommy O'Deed, Mitzi, and the twins. Tonight we have your titties. There's fucking lunch buckets.
Lunch.
Well, you told me to doll up. And
Yeah.
We're sitting at a fucking table. Nobody's gonna see if I'm wearing a dress, so I'll just show the babies.
The babies. Yeah. They are younger than you, though. That's.
They're a lot younger than I. Yeah.
And we got Amanda Cee. What's up, Amanda?
Nothing much. Great to be here with the twins. How old are they? Am I older or younger than the twins?
You're older than the twins.
I'm not the youngest one here.
You probably were in like what? How old are you? You're young.
32.
No, yeah. I don't know. How old are the twins, Mitzi?
I started hormones 10 years ago, and then they started growing in probably about 9.5 years ago.
So when I was moving out of the ATM booth, living in it,
pretty much,
you started growing tits.
Yeah.
Cool. My time away from being homeless is the same age as your tits. Why I brought it
Well,
all
see,
up.
that's like the birthday thing.
Yeah. And then Mitzi, before the show, and I told her to shut up so we could save it, I asked her, did you ever sneak out before you came out fully as Mitzi?
Of course. I mean...
How old were you and where were you living?
I mean, well, I got caught when I was like...
Did you get caught sneaking in? You didn't take it off?
No, actually, I fell asleep and some stuff.
Yeah, it's because you had a good time, right?
My mom beat the shit out of me. Brought me to the mental health clinic. She said, fix him. Luckily, they weren't very good at their job.
Yeah, that's just poor timing. The world hadn't...
Yeah, well, yeah. You weren't ready yet. You weren't ready. But one time I went up, I had some stuff, and I used to hide it. I used to live in an apartment building, stuff like there was Goodwill boxes. You could jump in there and steal a bra or something.
Well, you're like, this is for my grandmother or my mother.
A pair of pants, a top. You know, when you're young, it's easy to just throw on, you know, or put my hair down, brush it a different way.
Wigs?
Huh?
Wigs?
No, I tried wigs, but I.
That's your hair?
Comb my hair all the time.
That's your hair?
So when we're talking about when I was like 12, I dressed up on the roof. I walked down the back stairs. I came through the back. I jumped the back fence. When I came up and around the corner, it was like a Moore's pub, and we had neighbors that were drunks. The Ryans. Probably shouldn't. They were drunk.
Yeah. And, I'm sure there's more than one
everyone
Ryan.
Knew. Everyone probably knew it says the same
so
thing.
So Mr. Ryan sees me and he catcalls me right away. And, so I turn around, I start walking, and I can hear him walking behind me. Hey baby, hey baby. And I'm walking faster and faster. Oh, he had no idea.
So you knew girl on the block.
Yeah. He saw this hot little girl, and
yeah.
So and I was only 12.
What a creep.
Yeah, I was 12.
Then you knew.
So he was a pedophile.
Yeah.
So I cut through the back parking lot from where I came, and he's like walking faster, and I took off at a dead sprint, and I hurdled the back fence. Like normally it was like a 1-2 climb and jump over the fence. I did like 1, 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you get away from Mr. Ryan?
Oh yeah, he had no chance. Yeah. No chance.
The screenplay you got to write.
He never saw me again.
The Secret Times of Mitzi.
Secret Times of Mitzi.
Yeah. Jesus. And you were a sailor, right?
I was a sailor. So I want to talk a little about our first episode last week.
Okay.
Did you apply with my name?
Oh, I didn't. I totally forgot about it.
I applied with your name.
Yeah. How many jobs did you get here back from?
I had the cops were at my door 3 different fucking days. What the fuck is up with you?
Yeah.
I had the cops. I had U.S. Customs.
SWAT team.
And Social Security.
Food stamp fraud. Last time I was in court, I saw person after person in before a judge because of fraud. People selling their food stamps. I used to sell my foods when I had food stamps when I was fucking
I'm glad I declared that I worked 20 hours a week, and they cut my food stamps down to $16 a month.
If you make any money, that's pretty much what you get.
$16. What can you buy on $16 a month?
Peas?
I
don't know.
Snacks on the way home. Like, that's it.
Not even.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were in court?
Snacks?
Honestly? Couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple
It
years
sounds like,
ago.
oh, yesterday.
It was a
couple
it
years
was
ago.
very
Huh.
out of character.
Now I'm interested. Couple
It
years
was
ago.
I'd been in trouble for drugs growing up. When I'm growing up, like late bloomer, 99, sold heroin to a detective. Then like 2001 was just like simple possession of Klonopins.
Can we go back to selling heroin to a detective?
Yeah, at Dunkin' Donuts.
The one in Easy that has
'Cause I
all
was
the mice?
thinking. Yeah.
How wasted were you when you were selling this?
I was out of my tits. Yeah. And I just got a haircut, so I thought everything was fine and no one knew. You know?
Did he look like a cop?
No, he dressed up in a green, like I call them crack suits, the swishy suits, like a nylon suit, fighting Irish, and he had a Notre Dame hat.
Kind of like what you're wearing.
Yeah,
tonight.
basically.
Yeah. No, he
It
was
was
playing
basically,
me.
it was a mirror image. He's like, let me dress like this guy
Yeah.
who's selling drugs
That's
and
how
see
they
if I
do
can
it.
catch him.
Yeah.
And he-
I
and
mean,
he
if I had a
did,
suit on, he had a, I don't know. So yeah, he this is fucked up. So the guy that I knew who came, long story short, I was pumping, had tons of junkies in and out of my house all day. Was in my room with this kid, Fat Junkie Dan, this big kid, and I had a oil burner fucking habit. I had a bad habit, and there were these heat sealed Lawrence bags in the bundles, and those were like they were very like, those were the good ones. You get the shitty like yeah, you get like the little glassine like what stamps come in those bags like. So everybody wanted, but I had so much going through my hands. I wasn't a dealer. I was more like a broker. I'd get it for you.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
And I was making so much. When people found out how much I paid, like I had people that wanted to murder me, because I'd pay $50 for a bundle and sell it to you for $80, and out of that 10 bags in a bundle, you got to give me 2 bags.
Yeah.
But the dope was just fire, so they'd be like, yeah, it's a pretty good deal. And then they'd take it and they'd sell it to the fucking Herbs in Melrose. Like I had kids from Woburn and just. So anyway, Fat Junkie Dan, I throw fucking like 7 bags in and do my shot, I'm fine. Fat Junkie Dan goes to do 3, I'm like, whoa, he's like, oh, I'm gonna boom. Fucking, as fucking enormous as he was, I'm like a loaf of bread. When he fell just flat. And then they started watching me, like with the Whisper 2000 from across the street at the motorcycle place in Everett, like. And then someone coming out got arrested, so then someone set me up. So I'm trying to tell the story why I sold to a detective. I have to finish it. So one of the guys I sold to was named Paul, and he came in a car who was driven by a guy that I never met named Paul. And I make the play with them, they pull off, he comes running up. Oh, buddy, I'm Paul's friend, I was supposed to I'm like, what's your name? He says, my name's Paul. So I call Paul, and I'm like, hey, who's this Paul guy? Is he cool? He thinks I mean the guy that's driving him. He's like, yeah, no, Paul's cool.
Okay,
he's cool. I'm like, all right. I'm like, eh. And they were nice about it. They only asked for a bundle. Because if they asked for, like, brick, I would have done it.
Been more time.
I would have been trafficking. Yeah, that's why I sold. And it was at Dunkin' Donuts. I said, yeah, meet me. It's like, I was a heroin addict, and my plan was to go to detox the next day. I was like, this is it, and he was literally my last play.
Yeah. Come on, I was
he
gonna
was
quit.
the last sucker I was gonna grease, so I could stay high all night. I'm going. I had a haircut, dude. I was ready to go.
If there's a lesson to be learned here, if there's a lesson to be learned, what?
Just go
Don't
detox.
do heroin.
Don't sell to people in Dunkin' Donuts. There's a lot of fucking lessons.
Well, yeah. And he pressed me. It took him, like, he followed, like, no, buddy, I'm like, let me see your arms, let me see your tracks.
So
he's like, oh, my girl would kill me. Looking back, I'm like, dude, you're like 40. And
why would his girl
and I was like 26.
For showing tracks.
I'm like, let me see your tracks. He's like, oh, I sniff it. I don't shoot it. My girl would. You're like, dude, all right, then you're a new drug addict, because
I had a
you're a
roommate
grown
who did
man.
that. I only snorted it. What's the big deal? I was like, okay, you brought heroin into the apartment. I feel like
you could have died in the apartment and blown up her entire.
I knew my room. I had an
terrible.
addict as a roommate because little by little, all my spoons just.
Yeah.
And then once in a while they'd show back up, but they were fucking like bent to shit.
He's like, the Ben and Jerry's was extremely frozen.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing in Vermont nowadays. I don't.
My buddy Matt that I live with.
Turn that freezer down.
My buddy I make music with, he was letting me live with him, and I thought I was shooting heroin behind his back, and I was living in his like music studio room on a blow up mattress with a hole in it. So I'd pass out on it, but every morning I just wake up on like this rubber sheet, and I wake up and he's sitting like an Indian on the floor in front of me. He's like, Tom. He don't call me Tom. He's like, Tom. He's like, Tom, wake up. And I'm like, oh, what's up, buddy? What's that? What's going on? He goes, what's up? And he just dropped, not just bent spoons, but the bottom was burnt from cooking it. And that's what I said. I was like, oh, dude, I was eating ice cream. You know?
But it was too cold, so I melted it.
So I heated the spoon up.
He just looked at me. I was like, yeah, dude. I'm like, he's like, again.
Made the whole thing burn.
Oh, and then in his apartment, he was just letting me stay with him.
Apparently not
the
that
landlord's daughter
he had
robbed
to be like...
the landlord's daughter. Like, I didn't rob her apartment. Like, she gave me money for drugs. Just went and bought drugs.
Never brought it back.
No, I didn't bribe her. I went home. I went to the door right next to hers and tiptoed in and did her drugs. Like, fucking goofball. And then she left a note that she slid under the door. And, like, my friend Matt is he's like a mentor for he doesn't do drugs. He's not
I would be like, no.
Well, he knew me before all this.
Yeah.
You don't just one Wednesday start doing all this. Yeah. When he met me, I was just a pothead in high school. Out of the 5 guys.
And I thought it was a big deal. When I was in the Navy, we used to get, when you go out on a cruise, everything runs out. So we were in Spain, and hash was the hot thing. You could get a dealer's block of hash for like $15.
Where were you?
In Spain.
Yeah. Anywhere over there, that's Spain. Bigger.
Yeah, and it was good hash too. But when we were on the boat, I mean, hash was only like $15 a gram.
It's like how it is in Europe.
You get a bunch of grams.
If you're familiar with the Europe drugs, I love it.
So we got a whole bunch, and like you get fished down when you go on the boat.
Yeah.
Because they know that stuff. So they'll grab like every 3 sailors or whatever. They'll pat you down and stuff. But you just put it under you.
Yeah, and they're not digging in you know.
Right, exactly. They don't want to be touching.
Right,
so we went on, but me and my buddy, we waited. Yeah, got a whole bunch. We waited for like about a month, a little bit about a month and a half, and everybody was out. And people were jonesing. We were out to in the Persian Gulf doing circles 90 days, and they were, oh my God, I'd fucking pay anything for some of that hash.
You can smoke on the ship?
Oh no.
Yeah.
We would make pen pipes out of government pens. You take a government pen, you unscrew it in half. You take your lighter, you just kind of bend the plastic. You take the middle piece.
So you're smoking on the ship.
Yeah, you would smoke outside like a fantail, one of the bridge spots, something like that.
At sea.
Take a couple of hits and throw the pipe right over.
Yeah.
And that's what originally flew.
That's why hash can be smoked out there, but weed is a little more bulky. Like if you roll a joint in front of European people, they look at it as weird. But when they roll a joint, they put tobacco in it.
I smell that recently.
It's gross if you don't smoke cigarettes.
So we ended up.
I don't mind it.
We had
Makes
a
the weed
whole outfit, selling the hash, and everybody got busted. Everybody got busted but me. What? Then.
How'd they bust you?
Huh?
They piss test you?
Well, after they came up to me, and my division officer said, you came up positive on your piss test. You're a 4.0 sealer. I know you better than that. I'll stand up for you 100%. We're gonna have this all. We'll square this away. And
Good.
I said, sir, I don't want you to have egg on your face.
Yeah.
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
I smoke. I need help.
Will they kick you out for it?
The fact that I said I need help, no, because this is back.
Yeah.
As we addressed last week.
Well, need help means I'll stop. I'll try to stop.
It means you feel that you're wrong.
Well,
you wrong. You feel like you're not saying like I don't have a problem. You're like
a military would make me feel like an idiot for doing anything.
Yeah. But it's just they ended up. They took half my pay away for like a couple of months. I had extra duty for 60 days, which meant I had to work when we were out to sea. You work 12-hour shifts. Extra duty's another 3. So I was working 15-hour days for probably a good month and a half.
Made you smoke more.
And you're baking in the Persian Gulf. Is this below deck or above deck?
That was all wherever you are.
What did you prefer?
So normally when you do extra duty, like people in the kitchen would grab you and you'd have to like clean out the grease pits, things like
Oh, you're a
that.
floater.
Yeah, like you're working at Five
you would
Guys.
do
It's
it.
no different. You
But
know?
the worst was the engineer rooms. You go in the engineer rooms.
Fuck that. It must be so loud.
Yeah.
Those engines,
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Oh, it's
Like,
an
definitely.
aircraft carrier. It's a floating city.
Wow. What was it like when it would be rough at sea on that? How would the rock ever make you? Did you
It's a
ever think
floating
it would
city.
get flipped?
The only time it ever really rocked was when we went through a typhoon. We had
Define rocks, though.
27-foot waves.
So you're going that.
So
yeah.
actually, I think they were higher than that.
It's like an
'cause they
amusement
were up
ride.
on
You
a-
can't get
actually,
off.
they were up on
That
a-
sounds horrible.
We had a jet rip right off of the flight deck.
In the water?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
going through a typhoon.
So it would just fell into
Yeah.
the water?
Oh yeah, it ripped it chains off and everything.
So
Just
it-
the wave just came through and ripped it right off the flight deck.
How much money
That's
was that?
amazing.
How much money was that? It went,
Oh, I was like $1.5 million.
You lived
Yeah.
in a thing
Yeah.
that jets took off of. Like
Yeah.
that's what it was for.
Oh,
Like,
and you would hear like when they land.
that's fucking
So
cool.
when they land, they get caught by a cable,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then they
yeah.
wind that cable back up.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're on like the third deck, that's where you when you first come to the boat. That's all you hear.
Yeah, yeah. How often are they coming in though? Like,
Oh,
just
when you're out to
really-
sea a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always doing flight ops and stuff like that.
and they're always out there if one needed to go to another one, right?
Well,
You know what I
when
mean?
you go out, there's always like a fleet. You go out in a fleet, and the carrier's like in the middle, and then you
Is
have
it
like
just like doing
then you
things
have a
for nothing,
battleship
or
and
just
stuff.
like?
Oh no.
Sort of.
No.
Like, you know, we're gonna go in the middle and we're gonna go around in circles and take off. Like you're
Well, sometimes-
practicing
yeah.
if it
Well,
happens,
you do
right?
Well, you do
but
play war games. I mean, we played war games. You could go
Yeah.
down. You'd have
it's also sit around and smoke weed. You know,
No,
like
no,
hash.
you don't smoke. Well,
Hash.
yeah.
They
if
were
you're lucky.
supposed to be. That wasn't on the
Same thing.
agenda.
Yeah.
I made bilge wine too. I was great at making wine.
Were you ever? What you were involved? You told me once when we were dealing with Gaddafi.
Yeah, we were the. So Gaddafi said he drew a line in the sand. He actually was in the water.
Reagan
He said,
took a
"You
piss
cross
on it."
this place right here," and that's it. And we were the ship that they called.
Wow.
Like, so we went out that.
Wow.
It was actually.
That's scary.
It was my son was
horrible,
supposed to be
scary.
born. It was like the end of January, 1987, I think. Yeah. So that's when Kyle was supposed to be born. So I was home for 2 weeks. No baby. I went back to the boat. I had an eye appointment. I went and had my eye appointment, and the doctor said, "Can you hold on 1 minute? I'm going to bring another doctor in." He brings another doctor, and then a third doctor. And the third doctor, you could see by his ribbons and everything on his uniform.
Yeah.
He's-
You were like, oh shit, I'm
he's
going
like
home.
Fucking top.
I'm going
And
home.
then he goes, "Okay, yeah, keep his head. Don't let him move." And they put me, and they strapped my head to a stretcher and everything, and they flew me by helicopter to Bethesda, Maryland, as my ship pulled out to Lebanon
Wow.
to pass the thing.
Now this
With
came from getting from box.
but all my stuff was on that boat.
Right.
So like it was gone. I was
Along with one of your eyeballs, right?
Yeah,
like
like-
you lost sight
yeah.
of one of your eyes.
No,
right?
I have the eyeball. But still
No, you still have the eye. I didn't
just,
know.
Just doesn't work.
It doesn't work well.
What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah. I got a wonky eyeball too.
I have it's called traumatic glaucoma. I had a detached retina, and they
Oh.
didn't catch it. It actually happened for probably over 2 years.
Yeah.
So it was
Was your
their
vision
negligence.
really like? Did
I
it
was-
just go, or was it
No,
like
I would
gradual?
see like black floaters and stars, and I would always go and complain. I'm like,
You
"Oh
thought it was a
yeah,
hash.
oh you got a lazy left eye. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you a stronger eye prescription."
Yeah.
And like my right eye prescription was like this thin, and my left one
Did
was
they
like,
tell you?
Oh.
Did
like
they make
a
you stop
telescope,
boxing?
you know? Huh?
Did they make you stop boxing?
No, they never. No, they never gave me a glaucoma test before one of my boxing
So you
fights,
boxed.
which is a require.
How long did you box? Is that something you did before, like
I
growing up?
mean, I've been fighting since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I was beat up by my parents, so the first time somebody outside of my house hit me, I
You
could
were
hit
well
them.
trained.
I could hit them back.
Right,
Well trained.
right, right.
So yeah, and I had a lot of anger. So
Nice, nice. So you served in the military as a trans person, but you were grandfathered in.
I was not trans. Well, I was trans. Well, I was married.
Yeah, you were sneaking out. You said when you were 12, you know,
But
you
doesn't mean
just
you're
weren't
gonna
able to do
Yeah.
Do
it.
it when you're
But
needed.
yeah,
But you wanted to be
Serving.
that, right?
yeah.
Or was it
No, I knew.
what you wanted to be?
I was,
You know?
I told I make that joke. I told my priest, and that's the true fucking story. He told me, he goes, "You're a sexual deviant. Go say 6 Our Fathers, 3 Hail Marys, and 2 Acts of Contritions."
Wow.
And I did.
It's like he looked it up in some book. Yeah, it's
Didn't
right
work.
here. It's right here. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you're a
sure.
freak. You're a freak.
Sexual
Well,
deviant. That was the word. Deviant.
Some people believe if you pray hard enough and all that, it'll fix
I'm sure
your
I
problems.
run range and deviant.
Sorry, when I was brought to the mental health clinic, they called me a mental deviant.
Like, you got it all wrong. No.
One of the worst things I ever did when I was like going through, I went to detox like 50 times. One time I left from one place to another, and they said,
Oh! Trump is trying to take us down.
Maybe does that mean
Trump
does that mean he
is
was?
trying to take us down.
Is that a sign he got impeached? Is that like the holy sign?
It's the holy sign.
Jesus Christ, that was awesome.
That was great. So we need to describe that because our viewers didn't get.
Yeah,
to see
you know
that.
what? In fact, give it to me. I'm just gonna stick it over here and
Oh,
see.
please don't.
See what it is, or I'm gonna show them.
Yeah, show Trump's face.
You know,
You guys are backing
this is
up.
what just fell.
It
This
fell on-
fucking thing. Look
It
at
fell on
this.
our engineer. Apparently, he doesn't like talking about trans people in the military.
That's what
He's not
happened.
for it. He thinks it should be stopped.
Think about him, right? He, like a New York fucking
He is a piece
real
of
estate
shit.
developer asshole.
He is a.
Building the wall is just another
He's a
real
used car
estate development for him.
Well, yeah,
you know?
who's
Used
funding?
car
Who's gonna get
salesman, that's
paid
all
to
he
do
is.
that? What company's getting paid is getting that money.
Well, his buddies are gonna get those contracts. That's the whole deal.
How big is it gonna be? Like, I know how long, but like, how much of a wall?
Yeah, because immigrants
Why don't you
can't
just
come
have an
from
electric
Canada or
fence?
the East Coast or the West
It
Coast.
doesn't matter. They build the wall. They're building fucking tunnels out of the wall.
Yeah.
Come on.
Listen, I think
Or someone will
anybody
build a
should
door.
have the. I don't know. I don't think I can't just go to Canada.
Have
can't
you not
just-
seen some of the
You can't go
lawns
to
that
any
these
other
guys
country
build?
without a passport. You
Have
have
you
to
not
go
seen
through
some
the
of the
channel.
lawns? I
Well,
have,
they're
I have a
sneaking
neighbors
in.
that had
I know.
these Mexican guys. They came. They built this wall. It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they should just. And that's what he said. We're gonna have the Mexicans build it. But
Yeah.
they know how to build it, and they know how to build these beautiful tunnels that go underneath and everything.
Oh yeah. The fucked up thing to me about Mexico is there was a time when the bottom third of our country was Mexico.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you
Yeah.
ever been to Mexico?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
There's parts of Mexico that are absolutely gorgeous that you wish you lived in.
Yo,
Beautiful.
absolutely, yeah.
There's a
yeah.
good airline commercial that did this for the South, and they were asking them about like Mexico, Mexicans, and it was geared towards Southern people who were like, oh, against them and stuff, and then they offered them a DNA test, some of these people. And a lot of these people
yeah.
are part Mexican,
Yeah.
and then they're like, okay, we'll give you whatever percentage you are, we'll give you a discount off your airline fare so you can go to Mexico. But it's
Yeah,
ironic
yeah.
because they're turning around and saying, no, when it, like, there's people in their family or themselves are part of that.
You know what I like? Mexican women. Oh my god. Any kind of Spanish woman. I got to go to Puerto Rico.
Any woman that gives you
That's just
attention,
it.
I think.
I
is
almost
a-
ran away
so
from
Mexican
home.
women, Puerto Rican women are two different
Things,
things.
yeah.
They'll
They're
both
weird.
murder you probably, right? The Puerto Ricans.
Well, I
will
think
cut
any
you up.
woman is
No,
capable
one
of
would
murder.
cut you.
Nah, but they're
One
fiery.
would cut you, one would beat you up.
Yeah, they all can fuck you up, you know. But
Any
I had an Iraqi
Any
girl
woman
that
of-
I was
Any woman of any
with
continent.
who went.
Come on.
She'd scam me. Her nose would curl up. Yeah.
Come on,
She was
Nikita
fucking-
Lefentel, or whatever her name is. What is she?
Yeah, I saw fucking the
Scandinavian?
desert winds in her angry eyes, like from Baghdad. Little rich girl.
Oh, I've heard that. So.
But anyway, yeah, she would terrify me. I'd run from that, you know. It's a girl. I had a girl. I did my bit about my Ryan, transgender,
Mm-hmm.
and girl came up to me outside at 7:30. It was awesome. She got it and liked it. And then she went into her whole trip about like, you know, she's like, I'm non-binary. And, oh, your eyebrows went up. Like she's just like on me, like trying to like.
Wait
talk.
for a
Yeah.
reaction?
She's like, I'm a fucking dude. I don't get a dick, but I'll knock you out. I'm like, yeah, you probably could knock me out because I can't hit you
Well,
back.
you can't be non-binary.
So where
and
does
be a
that?
dude.
Yeah, you can be what you want,
Yeah,
but
non-binary means
but
that you
just-
don't
yeah.
follow on the male or the
but she
female
was like,
spectrum.
I'm a dude. I'll fucking boom, and I was like, okay.
So that means you're not.
you
That
know
means you're a dude.
Dude,
Anybody who you'll end up on your back. I'm not gonna punch you, but you know,
Dude is like unisex fucking term, man.
I get it. I
Like
get
I'm
it.
a dude, like dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Yeah,
I've called girls dudes.
Ah, it's
before.
I
Yeah,
called
right,
you a
no.
girl. I'm like, Herb, what's wrong? You being a girl? You know. I'm a girl about things.
It depends on how people call me dude.
Yeah, when I call you
'cause
dude, I get uncomfortable.
There's some
I
that
get
I'm like,
uncomfortable.
I will punch you up.
Like the time at what was it? Octane, where that girl was saying that.
Octane, oh my God.
Octane.
Yeah.
And she's like, I will fucking hit you, and I was like, let's do
Oh,
this.
that was funny.
I have said from day one, from hanging out with her, if something popped off at a show, and I'm like, just next to him, I'd be like, Mitzi.
Yeah, I went from wanting to punch her in the face. They were throwing her out. They're like, she goes, what did she say? This 40-year-old was trying to hit me, a 21-year-old.
But she was
I'm like, 40? What? I want to kiss her.
She was an older guy that like was older, but not like not like he had money. Like it's like
no,
you're doing this the wrong way.
Geriatrics. He was like, he had his walker, and he had just received his retirement watch or something.
But not like he had like money.
No.
Because if he had money, he wouldn't be with her, and he wouldn't be there.
What's up with that place, dude? Like, I've been there a couple times, and I think every other time I've been there, there's
something.
There's something going on.
It's awesome.
It's a good time.
It's $1 beer, dude. It's $1. It's $1 beer.
It gets handled well. It gets handled
The girl
well.
was
that place.
She was wearing the
It's a
heels,
great
and she
fun.
had her
Yeah.
big
Good
toe,
place to
but
go.
she had her toes sticking out of her heels.
Oh, the one with the pinky like this, dude.
Oh, the climber?
Oh my God, it looked like a fucking scorpion trying to get away. It was just like bend. Oh, gross.
She had these shoes on. They were too small for her.
Cliffhangers, I think is what they call them.
Is that what they call it?
His pinky toe, just stick it out. But it was like,
but it was,
he was trying to get away. Like,
No.
He was angry.
He didn't look down. I was like, this is. No, but it's a fun mic. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's bananas. Can I drink this?
I think everybody should definitely try that.
Oh, fuck, definitely.
There's like my mic, which is the complete opposite of that. It's calm.
Yours more like a show.
Oh, like,
there's no heckler.
To me, that mic is like the teacher is. The teacher is gone, and there's like a substitute teacher who can't get control of that room, and it's city kids that are like,
exactly what it is. You're right, yeah.
It's awesome.
The teacher is gone.
The teacher is gone, and it's like it's Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, I love it over there though. I go there and drink when it's not happening.
Yeah.
I'll go there on Saturdays now.
So what is the bar like when it's not the crazy open mic?
Crazy weekend.
Yeah, crazy
it's
fun. There's always like a few goofballs though. You know, there's a couple wild cards here and there. You know.
The regulars.
Yeah, regulars and just like, but
They
you know
have
what?
to,
They're very good. I'll be outside and someone will just come up to come in, and he'll just go, yeah, no, it's not happening. Don't keep it. Not let certain people in. You know, like.
They're already drunk or like.
Just like crazy homeless people
that
they deal with every night. They're like lives in there, like, you know, we let you in once
Once.
and you got hammered because of the dollar beers.
You pissed on the carpet, you're
yeah,
out.
Yeah. They'll
My dog.
Yeah.
I was on the train going home last night from doing 7:30 in the Middle East, and I was on a car with a man. It was the most disgusting smell.
No.
It was, and I was sitting there high thinking like. I went to the end of the car and at the stop, it was horrible.
Oh, I haven't had one of those.
It was so fucking bad. It was horrible. It was horrific. And I was thinking, if you could like get that in a jar, right? Like you could help kids never go down the drug path. If you just had a guy who came with a bunch of little jars,
I think they
handed them out. Ready? Take a
smell.
smell.
They made a perfume out of it, and they call it Axe perfume.
Yeah, that's drugs.
My kryptonite is Axe. That cheap ass shit, Axe cologne or whatever the fuck it is.
It's what young teenagers wear, and I think this is what is attractive.
It's like they took an old English leather and brute and put it together and made Axe. It's just like horrible.
I don't wear anything like.
And there's this one kid used to every day on the train used to come in and sit, and always he'd have to come. The train would be empty and walk all the way down and sit in the seat like one away from me. Yeah. And I couldn't even breathe.
I'd rather smell that than ass. You know what I mean? Like bum funk.
Well,
like what I'm talking last night. I'd rather smell Dracar Noir, Polo. Take you back to like.
I don't know. You know.
Some smells don't bother people.
I've had some ass that smelled okay.
I never wear.
But it was washed ass.
I don't even like lotion if it's too.
Oh, so you're sensitive. Like my sister would pick up dead bodies and it not.
I use Old Spice, Old Stick, and
well, you have a sensitive nose
for my mug.
Oh, I'm a micro.
You gotta put
so I'm
shower
used to it.
lotion on your face if you want to.
So I'm used to
keep.
the smells of C. diff and all that stuff. You get used
Of
to
what?
Like C. diff and well, most of the smells in the human body is mostly microbes digesting stuff. So I'm used to kind of that at work.
Now, if you smell
she
what
can
I
tell-
smelled
she can
last
tell
night,
who's
you have
having
your
a
body
period.
is making
What do
a
you-
decision.
what do you
It
do
just
for
made
work?
me move away
So I'm
like, involuntarily, and the whole way I'm going, oh God, Jesus Christ. And
Kenny
I thought for a moment he might
We
be
couldn't
dead.
get
'cause
Tommy
he
to
was
talk
literally
last week. You
like
can't get him to shut up this
Nah.
week.
He was like this, just dead, just dead, not moving a muscle, just in a heap. In a
I would
heap.
have got off. I would have done one of those. That's what I do. Someone smells my tea. I'm not polite about it. I don't care. Life's
Well, I
too
have
short.
perfume in my bag. So I'll take the perfume right out of my side.
I know it's worse.
I get
What's
bad-
worse?
Little spray.
I get bad feet odor, man.
Yeah.
You
that's
do?
good to know.
I do.
Like,
Okay,
Okay, so
I-
my husband's feet
So-
smell
soak your feet.
really bad.
Soak your feet with like a cup of vinegar in hot water. Soak them for like 20 minutes. I guarantee you it'll help that.
But that's not gonna do anything for
Oh,
long term. It's not gonna kill the
It
microbes.
does.
Dude,
it kills the bacteria.
No,
and
because
stuff
it's
that
gonna stay
causes
there.
it.
It's gonna come back. It's flora.
You're smart. You know
You're better
about
off
this.
using Dr. Scholl's in your shoes. This is not sponsored. Works extremely well because my husband's feet
It's
is
the
like.
it's the shoes, dude,
No,
right?
well, it's not just the shoes. It's you start sweating in your feet, so the bacteria start breaking that down, and then the byproducts of them breaking that down is what makes the smell. Because I swabbed his feet and grew it in the lab to see what specifically was on it, because it's disgusting his feet, and it's mainly a lot of regular skin flora and staph. A lot of different types of
Does
staph.
he use work boots? Is that his thing?
He'll wear boat shoes with no socks,
Oh, no socks.
and he'll.
It's like he's doing it on purpose.
Heretic.
Oh, yeah, he won't spray it so that when he comes
hate
home,
socks.
I get to be like, what is that
And he
smell?
just come home after his long day and kicks his shoes
Yeah,
off
and it
like
stinks, and it
it
smells,
just
and I'll
it
be-
fucking bombs the house.
I will be in the lab,
Bombs
and I
the
could walk
house.
by, because we save the positive plates, so if they need more, if the doctor needs us to work it up more, I could walk by in the lab and be like, this plate smells like my husband's feet, and it must be some type of staph.
We
That-
apparently need people like you that
That's
don't
like-
mind, that would take a turd sample and
That's
go,
what I do.
what is it? You're thinking about it
So,
over
like,
lunch. What could that one be?
One comic said he had diarrhea from being abroad and had it when he came back, and my first reaction was like, you should have shit in a cup. I would have worked it up at lab for you, no charge. And they're like, what? I was like, yeah, I usually could tell.
You could drop off bad news to people here on this podcast. That's your thing.
Yeah, I'd be
so
like,
send in your shit. To,
Wasn't that the new thing? You know, you can you can have your
Yeah, I
kids
was looking
tested?
at this.
For
Did
what?
you see the signs
For,
on the subway?
for,
Okay, yeah, but you.
Be a hero.
colon
Give a
cancer.
turd.
Yeah,
like,
okay. To be that person, you can make good money, but you have to be like.
You gotta have good shit, right?
Yeah, I was there at a conference, and the doctor who does one of the research project as Matt General says you have to be a person that can wear skinny jeans, so you have to be a super healthy person. It's harder to be a poop donor. It's harder to get accepted to be a poop donor than it is to get to Harvard
a
or.
poop donor?
Yeah.
What?
So okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
donor,
it's
you're
it's
good.
Okay, so
it's
what
a
happens-
hustle. You
You
get
can
money.
make
It's
$30
like sperm donor.
per sample, and it's you have to do a contract. Like it's about I think for a year, and you have to do it 3 times a week or more. But they test you for everything. You
What
have
are you
to,
shitting in?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if you have to, I don't know if they have to like do it fresh. Like if you have to like get
Show
it to
up,
fresh
shit.
and
Now
leave.
that's tough.
Not if you eat regular. If you get it on the clock.
Oh,
but,
mine's regular every
Yeah.
day. Yeah,
but these
every
you have to
morning.
be a crazy healthy, and you can't have any resistant bacteria in you. But they screen that because people who have C. diff, if they're
Yeah,
not,
mine would say too much alcohol.
if you're not cured of C. diff, I believe.
What's C. diff?
C. diff is what is a bacteria that normally lives in your large intestines. It's fine. So let's say you're on antibiotics. It wipes out all your flora.
What if
So
they
you're like
want you to buy poop and they're using the C. diff as an
It's not,
excuse to
because
sell
the
you
people-
other people's poop?
Because this
I see the market behind
it's
it.
still in clinical trials, so it's not a thing yet. Because they're really worried about the long-term effects of screwing up someone's microbiome,
Oh shit.
which is the big issue. So, because they don't know the long-term effects of it. So these people who are in these trials are very, very, very sick, and they're basically suffering. So, and they're older. So the last thing they could do, because they tried antibiotics, is taking someone's poop.
So someone,
they put-
listen.
So they put it in pills, and then you swallow these pills, and you have to swallow about 15 of these pills, so it works.
Oh,
So the question is, if I took a shit and you went in the bathroom after me, could you come on and be like, guys, Tommy's really sick. something's wrong with it. You could tell someone's
Depending on the
ill.
smell.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking. Like,
dog will
that's
tell
your,
you.
Yeah.
Could you see what was wrong with that homeless guy that made me want to puke last night?
Well, what he smells is probably because he's not.
I never smelt
showering.
it before. I know it was
Or he
because
could have an open wound somewhere
I
that's
never
just.
smelled it. It's
Yeah.
making me want to cover up now.
There's so
Gross.
many reasons.
There's so many reasons because he's.
It was
he's
a low
homeless.
bottom, like.
But yeah, I can sometimes I have looked at poop and been like at the lab, that's not right, and bam, the person has something. I was like, yes.
You could look at it.
Sometimes yeah, this thing
So
is
my
frothy
grandmother,
wrong.
like, you know, like
So-
when you look at Nana's poop, you'd be
Yeah.
able to. We didn't flush it.
When
you
I was
know?
on the aircraft
But don't
carrier,
send me pictures of it.
this
I don't want
this
to.
room in itself, right, would birth probably about 20 to 26 people. This room, they would just have rack on top of rack, just this much space in between them, and there are guys there that didn't fucking bathe,
Oh.
and they were always from Georgia. I don't know why. Billy Love,
Yeah. You got to do people from everywhere.
Passmore. The guy had like I've seen
Shout
people
out to
grow hair
Georgia.
on their back, but he had like he had more hair on his back. Oh my god, it was just so gross.
You could be nose blind, I guess, to your smell, but
But we'd have to give them baby showers. We'd take baby powder and just,
I thought-
just shower.
baby shower. I thought you meant like you throw a little bit of water on them, like a baby
Yeah,
amount.
Just a little one, you
No,
know.
you gave them showers and baby powder.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. They come out, they look like
How could you-
Pillsbury Doughboy.
How could you not be aware that you?
Then you're just making
smell?
like fucking bread out of the smell.
Yeah.
It's gonna,
Oh,
grow.
no.
More's gonna grow.
How you not? I don't know. How you were not aware that you smell?
That was like Buddha.
You go nose deaf. You
There's
know
this-
about that,
We
right?
have this one kid, Buddha. He was this big kid, and of course he had the big fat belly. This is before they were starting to kick people out for their weight problems and stuff. But he was still in there, and he knew he sweated, so he would like use baby powder all over his thing. And he'd come out in the morning, and his whole belly would just sticking out and be like this
no.
big white
Pancakes,
big
anyone?
pancakes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's true.
disgusting.
Why? Because you had is it because you had a shower in front of each other? Is that a reason why people wouldn't?
I probably yeah.
Oh,
It was
okay.
yeah.
I don't know. It's just even if I had a shower in front of somebody.
Yeah, when you can smell somebody, it's gross. I mean, if there's like, you know, you just hop off your bike, you smell that fresh sweat, that's like,
No,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
that
But when
the
it's like
baking-
you've sweated, dried, you know, like,
swamp ass.
you might know about this, or you find it interesting. Adderall makes you smell, because it fucks with your pH balances, and it like,
I've never done it.
it's so
I probably
dehydrated,
know
yeah.
I would like
Or
it
it-
too much,
or it
so
gives
I'm
you,
gonna
like-
stay away from it.
it gives you Peter Parker strength, fucking like spidey smelling, like it makes me smell things. more.
So me growing up on Black Beauties is probably why I have extra sense of smell.
Oh, but yeah, maybe it does. It gives you like a raw nose,
Which was
like doing
great
cocaine,
when I was in
right?
the kitchen.
Herb?
It was great because I can tell when something was done. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you want to go check that bread? I think it's ready. Like, oh no, I have a timer on it.
Yeah,
Time would go off.
yeah, man. It's like when you, I've always had that weird thing when you know the phone's gonna ring. You have that?
No.
It's called intuition.
Like it rings, and it's just like I'll be like it's just like a cunt
But he
here.
didn't have that for the
I
cop with the
know it's
heroin.
gonna happen sometimes. I'll just look at it and be,
It's not always intuitive. Maybe you
Luck.
Maybe you
Luck.
should turn that
Synchronicity.
intuitive into.
You only have it for
Identify.
phones. Imagine that. Like someone else has it for lottery numbers. Someone else has it for horses.
Somebody has it for undercover detective.
That's
there's gotta be autistic dudes somewhere locked up to, you know, can't.
That could have been with you that day and was like, don't sell the heroin to this guy.
Yeah. Oh man, I was out of my mind. Yeah, I got tricked by a guy named Paul, playing a guy named Paul between another guy named Paul. And then I found out the guy Paul that I did know had set me up. Like, but I was lucky. I was happy.
So who's your
I was
favorite
happy.
apostle?
I'm not
Paul?
Paul. He's my least favorite. Paul. His name is Officer Paul Strong. That's his real name was Paul. Paul Strong. What a dickhead. And he becomes a cop.
Well, with a name like that, I feel like you have to. That's not a
Officer
doctor name. That's
Strong.
not a
You know
doctor
how
name.
fucking yeah when he sounds.
I had
Officer
my neighbors downstairs.
Tell him Strong was looking for him.
We had the
All
second
right,
floor.
tough guy.
They were the Strongs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Strong was a prick.
Yeah.
He's a
His
strong
wife was
prick.
a cunt. Strong.
He was a prick.
Oh, what a name. Officer Strong. I bet he ended up on drugs.
Actually,
he just seemed like a
his
scummy
son
dude.
was an asshole.
And he just wanted me to rat. That was his thing. He was like, it ain't, and he was just like, Tommy, it ain't you we want. And I was like,
Yeah,
it
his,
was
son
a
was
Dominican
like,
guy from New York that I was dealing with, and then
I
I
guess
just
it's
said he
Tommy's
was.
show tonight.
I sent him in like They did good cop, bad cop. You know, where the guy that played Paul when they had me arrested was like, "Hey buddy, it ain't you. We want to get you help. No jail time, but just set up the dude." And the other guy's just walking back and forth, smoking Winston's, going, "You're doing a deuce. You're going away for 2 years today." You know. And it was a Dominican guy who lived in Lawrence from New York. And then, like, when they left me there, I was like, "Oh, it's an Italian guy."
Do you? Oh,
Yeah, I gave them. I just told them that, just like when they left. Then I went to court, and then I didn't say anything. But it was scary. I'd never been arrested before. Like, scary anytime. Last time I went to
I never
court,
been arrested.
I didn't get arrested. I
did bread and water in the break.
What does bread and water mean? Like overnight stay, weekend?
3 days.
Yeah.
3 days I didn't.
I've got egg McMuffins, Whoppers at A1. You know A1?
3 days before that, I
Area
had
1
full,
down near Haymarket.
and the bread was too hard, so I didn't eat the bread. I thought I was on a hunger diet.
Now they give you like fucking they'll get you like a McMuffin in the morning.
Not on an aircraft carrier.
Downtown. No, not on an
They give you
aircraft
an old
carrier.
bread.
Yeah, no, that's
Day
real.
old
That's
bread,
real
that's
bread
what
and
you
water. There's a
Real
thing
bread.
called prison loaf that is only used rarely for like the most incorrigible assholes that are being violent and they can't get them to stop being maniacs. They don't let them eat anything but this prison loaf, and it's the most disgusting shit in the world. They said it breaks anybody. You know, they're like,
Another
when they
reason
die.
not to go to
It's
prison.
so
because of
gross.
those.
It's all you can eat is bitefuls of this
Just like
shit
Olive
that
Garden.
gives you everything you
Have you ever been
need.
arrested?
No, I'm a good YouTube. I mean,
Herb, you've never been in trouble, right? Good for
breaking
you.
the family
Well,
tradition.
Getting in
Like
trouble
when I was
sucks.
young, like the Barron Center and all that stupid shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that when they gave you the helmet?
The helmet.
No, I'm just kidding.
What the fuck?
I got arrested when I was a kid.
I was a rubberhead kid.
For,
I was in like sped in
getting in
junior
a
high.
fight with somebody. I mean, I beat him up pretty bad, and I got arrested
How
and
old were you?
everything. And then at 16, 17,
Okay.
and I showed up to court on the Monday, and they're like, "Nope, you're not on the docket. You can go. You're free."
Wow.
Yeah, got beat up the right kid, I guess.
Nice.
Good, yeah.
They lost paperwork.
They did. You know, the cops hated him.
The last time I got in trouble
They thanked
was,
me for beating him up after.
but he's probably a dick.
Yep.
I got into it with a tea worker. A tea
I wanted to
conductor.
talk about the tea tonight. I think the tea is fucking horrible.
I hate
It's
it.
the worst man.
Hate it.
Oh my god, dude! Have you tried driving around Union Square, like between 5 and like 7, dude? It's like gridlock, dude.
The bus
But-
guy dropped me off 2 stops early because it's easier to walk.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. Yeah, he let me off in the street.
Yeah, the tea's been pretty nuts though, man.
But has the tea ever been good? It's like one of those things. Ask
It's
yourself
the
that.
oldest one there is.
I don't know.
It's
Well, it is.
literally the
Well, that's the
oldest one.
green
there is.
line was the oldest one. Come on, the yellow and the red. They've been
I-
built since.
Sometimes
have
I feel
brand
It's
new
old and
cars.
broken.
Brand new cars for the orange line that are sitting in the shop because they make fucking too much noise. So we're driving these old cars today. Both the one I took them both had cars that were shut off, black, you know. And then the conductor's like, "First car does not work."
Sure.
And then when they shut these cars, this is what I want to. So on the weekend stuff they've been doing on the orange line,
I'm
they
surprised
they
it's
have
like
the,
that.
the
Oh.
bus shuttles and stuff.
Yep, red line too.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
my
but-
biggest complaint.
But, so you guys, the
I
red
wanna
line, you're
fucking
getting
stab
fleet
people.
fucking buses. You're getting big, comfortable buses. We had to drive shitty ass MBTA buses that they pack like sardines.
Yeah.
You guys are
And then they
sitting
go
in-
through routes that they normally
Yeah.
don't go.
Yeah.
Where it's going through side streets and the downtown crossing stop
Yeah.
is nowhere near downtown
Yeah,
crossing.
no.
You gotta
Yeah.
walk. Like it's
Yeah.
closer to Anton than it is to fucking. Ugh, it drives me nuts. And here's my beef.
It's easier to go to Park Street.
I get it. It's old. You gotta fix it. Just pay the guys what they need to fucking fix it overnight when it's not fucking running. You know what I mean? Is it really that down for the whole weekend? Like what?
Yeah, well, do you know how much it is to just pay them on the weekend if you pay
Yeah.
them
Is
overnight?
it a union?
That's like-
student?
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
So it's going to be a
most
lot
likely.
more.
It's like, yeah.
It
regulations
costs
and stuff.
more. My theory is it costs too much to do that, so they fuck with us. They're like,
So
well,
what-
we don't.
I don't know,
By the
dude.
way, fair hike.
So I was in
you know?
Amsterdam, and they were fixing the track.
I
in
love it though. I
Amsterdam.
love the tea. It's there.
And one night you see the track all dug up in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It's all. The next day it's fucking finished and done.
It's
Like,
finished,
it will 24 hours.
Yeah.
In 24 hours, Amsterdam fucking fixed a track that would have taken here a year. And then several shuttles and buses and...
Yeah.
But I like how they show the if you wait at Government Center, they show videos of photos of work they're doing on the weekend as if it's gonna calm us down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, some people are sitting in a room just
what
like
we
this.
did over the weekend.
You know what we gotta do?
And they show people doing stuff, and I get they are doing stuff, but it's still like for the hike they gave people.
You know what, dude? I'm surprised it's not higher. First of all,
now that you say that, they're like, "Thank you."
No, I'm surprised. I'm both thankful and surprised.
It will be.
It might be. I wish they brought back late night against, dude, because like you remember when they did
fucks my night.
they did like 3 a.m. or something like that. The
problem was they were just catering to the drunks.
Yeah,
I walked from Arlington to Quincy.
But I'm like one of those drunks.
So one of mine is I take
really.
I work Friday, Saturday nights a lot of times till 12:30. So I catch one of the last trains. If I can get to Forest Hills by 1 p.m., there's a 1 o'clock bus.
Nice.
Or there's supposed to be. Because half the time we're pulling in at 10 minutes of or something like that, and you're walking down and there it goes that 32.
Well, the bus shouldn't then leave unless the last train has fully come in and people have gotten off.
Well, there's another train that comes in at like 1:45. So if you miss that one, you have to wait till 1:45. That sometimes doesn't show up until 2 o'clock. And then you gotta take that 15 minutes. So
I'm glad it's there,
get home
because I don't have a fucking driver's license. I haven't had a real tooth or a license since the 90s.
It'd be insane if people had to drive all over Boston if there wasn't a T. Like, that'd be unmanageable.
I have a license, but to have a car and work and live in the city is unaffordable.
You don't have a person.
Right.
Uber is so fucking cheap.
Uber is kind of cool sometimes.
When I think of how expensive it would be to jump in a taxi cab.
That's why the taxi cabs lost, because those motherfuckers would turn off their fare after midnight, and then you'd have to go into a bidding war to get a taxi cab.
Dude, you just don't know how to work the taxi game, dude. Because like I walked up to taxi cabs and been like, well, usually it takes me about $27 to get to my house from Central Square. And I walked up and I've been like, yo, I got $20. You drop me off wherever I could, like wherever 15 gets me, and I'll give you a $5 tip. And dude doesn't even turn on the
But they
weren't
even turning on their meters at sometimes.
Yeah, but that's just a guy making money.
Yeah,
I was a cab driver. I did it.
If you're,
like
if you're coming out of a party and you're a girl, and you have to fucking bid.
Yeah.
To spend $40, $60 to get home, that's not fucking right.
Yeah, that's not right.
So that's why I wasn't sad.
Well, there isn't enough.
So Tommy last week said I have a leg up because I'm trans. Well, I do.
You probably don't. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I
was trying to be positive.
Taxi cabs late night. Yeah, that's where you have a leg up because there's a lot of.
Are they cool?
Guys. Oh yeah, there's a lot.
I can see that.
You have no problem.
Those guys must meet so
are
many
they cool
people.
or do they have fantasy cool?
Oh, they're fantasy cool. They're fantasy. Yeah,
What's fantasy cool?
They want to take their pants off and whack it in front of you. They want you to do something.
That's a creeper right there. That's a good move. It's a good move. It's gotta rub one out.
But
wow, what a creeper.
After a while, you get to know which ones are this one here.
Your
just
wife's
wants to
away.
talk to you. He just wants to talk.
Yeah, man.
Right. While he
we'll tell
waxes
each
dick.
other that. Yeah, well, hey, as long as I don't see that.
Right.
Yeah. Depends on the dick.
You're like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a big tip. He's like, I got a big tip too.
That's awful.
I got a big tip.
So Tommy, you were saying that you were gonna apply to jobs, right?
Oh, I didn't though. It was a goof. But you really did. You applied with my name.
Yep. Every day. I had the cops at my house 3 days.
Yeah.
I had, Social Security there once.
I'm not on Social Security.
The city
Never
government.
been there. No food stamp
And there was
fraud.
somebody
Never
else.
been caught.
There was somebody else there.
I used to sell my food stamps to a Chinese lady named Linda who had a store in like Chinatown. And you'd go there with the food stamp card and just go, here you go. And she'd be like, okay, I'll be back. Come back later and she'd give you money. But she'd take it and go shopping for things that she would then sell.
In the store,
yeah. It's good. She paid like 75 cents on the dollar, which is really good because it's usually just like 50 cents. Haymarket, you can do it. It's always like a bakery that's underground, no, we don't do that here. Like, yeah, no, you do. I know you do. And then they do it. But apparently, last time I was in court, that's all I saw was people getting in front of the judge for food stamps.
Every once in a while when I'm
What a
like,
cheesy thing to get arrested.
dude, every once in a while when I'm grocery shopping, somebody will just walk up and be like, yo, give me the
Yeah,
cash.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, all right,
yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And
It
then
saves
they
you
buy
like
heroin.
10, 20 bucks.
And
Who
then they
cares?
buy heroin, you know?
Ah, that makes me feel
There's
bad.
food stamp scams.
Yeah.
I used to go out with a girl, and she knew she'd go and she'd buy 2 boxes of Bubba burgers, like the just frozen hamburgers. She knew how much it was, and that was the limit of how much you could get for cash back. Have the food stamps, buy it, and then she'd make me go in. You know what I mean? Go, oh, we don't need these. You know, they know.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you dope fiend. Yeah, that
Oh,
was
shit.
That was a good time, and we go from Stop and Shop to Stop and Shop to Stop and Shop.
Did you get banned? Because eventually, I mean, they have to.
Yeah, big up Bubba
Good to know.
Burgers. This one's for you, Bubba Burgers. You know what? I wasn't even doing the heroin. I was clean at the time, but I loved the girl that I was with, and she was still a maniac. So I couldn't let her go in the streets and buy heroin. So you know what I mean?
We're a gentleman.
Yeah, I was being
Gentleman.
chivalrous.
Look, I'll help you, but
Her father wanted to murder me.
I wonder what. Yeah.
No, I started. I was like a scout for the big leagues. I just drafted her young, you know.
Oh my God.
She went to her father and was like, "Dad, my money's kind of weird." And he had his like money dude, his accountant, look at it, and he's like, "This is just says one thing: drugs. Like we just cash advanced $80,000, like 3 months, you know." And her father's got the readout of when we're doing it 3 a.m., 4 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, what are you doing at that
Fuck,
time
no
that you need that
fucking
money?
cash.
Yeah.
She was a maniac. I was doing good at the time. I came off methadone, and then met her, and they were doing OCs. Rich kids from
That could
to
be.
rich
You can make
kids
that into a
from
play. It could
Winthrop.
be Rent
Winthrop.
2.0.
Yeah. It was
Red
bad.
Dex.
It was
Yeah.
bad. And you got a lighter? I can't light a pipe with a match. You got a lighter?
I got you.
That's such a.
Thank you.
But you have $5?
Such a mooch.
What do I say? Tell me your deed. He's about as useful as a paper hat in a rainstorm.
Wah, wah.
At his funeral, people will
That's
show
why I
up
like
and
you.
be
You're like old-timey Italian Boston. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call you a stunad. Mitzi. So you were a sailor, you know? You're like Popeye, right?
Popeye,
He was a
yeah.
sailor who
Yeah.
became olive oil.
It's prettier than all of them.
Yeah, olive oil wasn't that.
I want to have like just a snare drum and a they just psh, psh.
Boom.
Yeah, or a waka waka.
To walk along.
You're a wacko.
A horn when someone hits a joke. Bap, bap, bap.
Then you need that radio voice. You're like, I'm back in 5.
Yeah, we'll be back in 5. Bottom of the 5th. Yeah. I remember one time I was tripping on what I thought was, what do you call it?
Don't know.
I thought it was ecstasy, but it was just whatever it was, or it was mescaline. And me trip
It's
my
like some
balls
vitamins.
off. Trip my balls off. And the
What's
only thing that
mescaline?
made me not lose my mind is I had a baseball game on. I don't watch
So
baseball.
what's mescaline from? I don't know. Like, you gotta, like.
A peyote. There's a peyote button inside. Some kind of cactus. Yeah.
Is that what-
Trip.
Yeah,
Is
like
it what-
Native Americans eat it. Like, oh, it's
Yeah.
Fucking
It's a
no. See,
strong-
I can't
We-
handle
we
my
used to
reality.
it's
have,
a different. It's
I can't
different.
handle my reality being changed.
I think of like LSD as more like synthetic as opposed to that's just a natural.
We had a mescaline
psychoactive,
party,
you know, psychedelic
and,
drug.
Everybody who came
never
to the
done
party take a hit of mescaline.
It's
And
fun. You usually
a
piss
whole
your
bunch
pants
of the old
laughing the whole
comics.
time.
whole bunch of the old, because I used to live right across the street from Playing Against Sam's where I worked, and I used to work in the comedy cellar downstairs, working the door
Why
on the
didn't you
bar.
start it then? Just,
I was shy back then.
yeah, they weren't
'Cause
mics like
I
there
was
are now.
I was hiding me.
Back in the day, like
Yeah.
Rick
Yeah.
Jenkins has told me, he's like,
Yeah.
back when I was, there was just shows, and you
Yeah.
got onto
I
shows.
was going on the
like,
shows, and yeah.
you know, I mean,
How the shows nowadays?
now there's
Oh,
so
sorry,
many
sorry.
of us. You know what I mean? There's
So a bunch of
many
these comics came over, and they were just doing their jokes, doing their bits. They were actually joking about Chance Langdon, doing, how he had ripped off, and but Bob Goldway had everybody. Everybody was just
He's
pissing
funny.
themselves laughing. And the next day, my friends are calling me. They're like, "My face hurts so much." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Why? What?" I never laughed so hard in my life. It's like literally the next morning I
had,
woke
like,
up.
abs.
Did you
my
want it? Did you
stomach
think of
was
doing
like-
stand-up at that point in your life? Did it enter your mind?
I was.
I always looked at it from like when I was a kid and I saw Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy. I'm like, that would be so cool to be able to do that, but I didn't think I could ever do it.
I didn't because I was.
You have no idea how to begin.
I was hiding everything.
You don't know how to
even
begin.
Well,
when I
yeah, you
played
had a lot on
sports,
your plate, so
I
like.
had helmets. I would never I hated pictures. There's like no pictures of me between the ages of 12 and 18.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
just-
take
yeah.
my. You can't find me in the senior yearbook either.
I am.
You know, it'd be
the same-
nuts if you had a
so-
Facebook. It was that person, and you still went out there on Facebook. You know what I mean? You're two people.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that.
When
I'll
you're
become
12
a
your
cowboy.
12-year-old
I'll be
self on
Tommy
Facebook?
O'Dean.
I have
I'll be
actually-
out of space.
So
Tommy
I thought I
O'Dean.
was clear of my yearbook, my high school yearbook. I had taken the high school picture,
Yeah.
but I didn't pay for it, so I figured they're not going to put it in. You didn't pay for it. It's good. So one of the girls
You got to
that were on
be
the
in a picture,
committee,
though.
she kept coming up trying to get my picture. I don't. You can't have my picture. You can't have my
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
How many are you in
So
your
she
class?
came up. 200 didn't graduate.
Meanwhile, every time she
Good
goes on
luck,
stage
Ryan.
in her
Yeah.
room, she's like, Tommy, get pictures, get pictures.
Well, yeah, because like
Yeah.
it's a lot. You can
So-
learn to like and accept yourself after a certain amount.
No,
of
I
time.
like taking
So
pictures.
she came up
I love
behind
taking
me,
pictures
and I
with
said,
four
"Get away
of
from me!
these.
You better not have a camera." And I looked to make sure none of her friends are out. She says, "No, I'm not going to take a picture." And she put her hand around me, and then she grabbed me by the hair and pulled my head back, and I am literally like screaming. And her friend pops around the corner and takes a picture. It's the second page in the yearbook. It looks like
Bring
I'm
it
laughing,
in.
like I'm having a fun time getting
Yeah,
a
yeah,
That's
hug.
a good photo. No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Mine says camera shy. I didn't take it to your
That's-
portrait.
Yeah.
You weren't taking
yeah.
it.
They
I
got
was
you.
giving
They
it to you.
planned that. They
Yeah.
planned that.
No.
It was
We should
planned.
start doing that to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taking photos of them.
Just do something. Take a picture of them. You know, bounce a photo off your head and just for a reaction.
So like if they didn't hit like
go
so,
to the cop, you pull it on stage, pull it and tilt it, drop it on there. Just to
Oh,
get a
those
reaction.
fucking. Let's talk about the dick fish.
the dick fish watch at the
That's
store.
disgusting.
I don't know about that.
I
How
saw
disgusting.
a picture of one, and that's all I need to see. Ugh. And I know there's someone thinking, how can we cook that? How can you eat a dick fish?
Oh, I thought like someone's like,
Oh,
how can I fuck
There's
that?
people
That's what I
eating
thought.
dick fish right now. I want to be cooking. I mean, it's no
I'm
dick. What is it?
guaranteeing
It's
you
a
that
fish.
Dick fish
Fish
has
are
been
good.
on an Asian menu somewhere.
Yeah.
They-
I just think
come on,
someone
they
must
eat
have been.
everything.
Why did they end up there?
I
I'm
don't
behind on the dick fish
I didn't look.
story.
I saw it, but
You
it
know,
wasn't.
a bunch of dick fish
It
just
wasn't in my
washed
black.
up
The
on
black
shore.
one. It wasn't in my toilet
And I was
movies.
like, and all I thought was, how much of a dick could it look like? And then I saw a picture.
Have you ever seen
And a guy was holding it, and I was like, ew.
Have you ever seen someone
It
like
looks like
touch a sea
dick.
cucumber? That looks like a dick ejaculating.
Yeah,
Because
that's
they cough out all their insides
Ugh.
when they get scared, and then they hide and they have to regrow it.
it's such a gross.
Was he
Like
coughing out your
jellyfish
insides?
gross me
Yeah.
out.
Jellyfish?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so
Oh my
cool.
God, I
They're
love
cool.
jellyfish.
I
They
like
lack-
staring
I
at
love
them.
They lack a nervous system, and they just float.
What do you think about like natural fears in nature? Like, I am horrified of like big spiders. It's like that's my worst nightmare.
A lot of people are.
Like
They have a lot of legs.
if,
So
like,
I'm not
a
afraid of spiders. I
camel
don't like
spider was
spiders.
on this
I'm not like.
I won't. I won't
horrified.
put. And I'm allergic because if one bites me, I've been bitten twice by them.
They
Yeah,
just
I swell up and
those
everything.
legs working independently is the grossest
No.
freak. Ah.
Okay, so have you seen a trapdoor spider?
No.
That's like it's like this big.
Oh, I don't want to know about
And
it.
what it does, it lives in the Amazon. It digs a hole and it covers it up, and then when like a bird or like a nice sized
Yep.
prey comes, it pops the thing's fucking open and takes it and goes back under.
Good for him though. You know the camel spider?
Yeah, they bite. They think, yeah.
They go bite your belly on a camel, and then it injects the shit, and then it just the guts fall out, just rots it and goes, and then they spider on and eat it.
Oh,
Ah.
When I was in the Joshua tree,
And they're like this
five black
fucking big.
whales inside the tree trunk. It was awesome.
Have you ever seen the video of the guy? He's got a motorcycle helmet on. He's got a big bowl, and there's a spider like this big on his wall in Australia. And he's trying to like get it in a bowl, and when he's about to do it, it just jumps at him. It
I
just
don't-
jumps at his head. Oh.
I don't know what I would do with that. I mean, you want to
Yeah,
burn
yeah.
it, but then you risk the thing of burning your house down. So
No, that's kill it with fire or nuke
No,
it from
I
orbit.
would not. I would
From
No.
try
orbit.
and catch it.
Orbiting the planet. Like
I think I would try to. I think I'd hack, like, get like a axe. It's easier to fix drywall than it is to like burn down your place and start again. That's what it is. Fucking axe it. Like,
don't piss off this one. Yeah.
I was so scared of spiders my whole life. I remember, Mitzi, you'll remember the episode of the Brady Bunch when they went to Hawaii and Peter woke up with a tarantula on his blanket?
Yeah.
Ah!
So I had a friend. I was over at his house. We were playing basketball in the backyard, and we went up and we were hanging out in his room. And I was we still hadn't put my shirt on, and I was on the bed, and his sister walked in and dropped one right on my chest.
a tarantula?
Yeah, it was like she had a pet one.
I don't get my sister has pet ones. You can't.
Yeah.
I don't care how much I love that
I don't wanna
person.
do, like,
If I
something on
killed
the
your
kid,
bug
he's
in
sad.
that moment,
But I didn't like. I
killed your
didn't
bug.
Yeah.
You killed your bug, buddy.
Off of me.
They're very soft, so if you were to throw them, they can easily die. They're not like hard.
I'm sure
like
if like someone came in here and said, "Here, Tommy, hold it," I
No,
could
you
get
wouldn't.
over it.
Now, when you were a kid,
I'd
did
freak
you,
out
pull
and
off
be
the
like
legs
on a
up,
chair,
that
like
daddy long legs?
for a little while.
Oh,
No.
asshole. Did you do that?
Oh my god, it was just off that.
I could hold
No,
a
just on
tarantula,
one half.
maybe.
One half. That's even
One
more
half.
psychotic.
So they would have to walk in circles. They would just. I know.
Hey, if you have a tarantula as a pet and you want to bring it in here to play with it on this table, please feel welcome, right?
I mean, I don't like
Maybe
it.
I could get over it. Maybe I'll kill it.
I don't
I
think
might
you
kill
can.
you, bug. I might kill you, bug, if you come.
Dude, man.
It's an open invite.
I got a cat. It's been eating all the bugs in my apartment.
I'll
It's
kill your
awesome.
cat.
Oh, that sucks. Extra cool, man.
You remember that, right? It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what had to
Hey,
happen.
You're gonna make fun of me for
You're
liking
humane
cats,
in
too.
medical. You're in the medical
What
field.
Hey,
do you
buddy.
mean? Like,
I
it
know.
had to happen.
It had to happen. It
Last
was,
week I went to the tour and
It had to
anybody
happen.
who has any guy who has cats is gay.
Yeah,
I killed
yeah.
the cat.
I didn't mean
killed
to
the
say
cat.
that. That was wrong.
I killed the cat.
I had been
purpose.
drinking all day.
And I
You were
stand
so
by it to
disappointed.
this day. I totally comfortable
hilarious, dude.
that I had to kill that cat. I'm comfortable with it. So I had a ferret, and somebody left
Oh,
the ferret
no.
cage open, and the ferret got a newborn kitten. Eyes not even open.
Please tell me that's not that story. The kitten story?
Yeah, God.
Oh my god, it's so horrible. I'm
Why
sorry.
did you bring the kid to like
Awesome.
like a little
This is
vet
gonna be
place or
awesome.
something?
Again, the same place I was living when I got arrested for selling heroin to a detective was the same room I was living in when I had a kitten get its neck broken by a ferret, hole the
Oh
size
my
of a dime, right? I'm a
God.
heroin addict who's destitute with no money, and it's like 3 a.m.
With the kitten and the ferret.
3 a.m.
Yeah, like
In the walk from Everett to the Angel Memorial. This was like pre-internet, but I knew where it was. That's like way the fuck out in JP. Like the
Yeah.
thing's gonna die on the walk,
Well, one of
but
them,
it wouldn't
this one
fucking
over
die.
on
Amanda, it wouldn't fucking die.
oh
It
my
would
God.
it would stop squealing, and then I'd be like, that's it, it'd go to sleep. And I finally was like, I did a big shot of heroin, went to bed, and then wee. It was horrible.
So did you
It's horrible.
Did you like manually put it out of its misery,
No,
or did you shoot
no,
it up
I
with
don't have the
heroin
heart
and
to
send it
smother
out
it.
on the ride?
No, we took a walk to, you know where the bridge is at Kiss 108 in Medford, the
Yeah,
radio
yeah.
station over there at Wellington Circle? And I walked from Everett behind Parkway
Turn off the
Cycles,
bridge.
right? Parkway
That's
Cycle
what you
Kid.
did.
And I walked, it was freezing out, like a night like tonight. So I just said, fuck it. I get up, I took the poor little thing, and I took an old Champion hoodie, right? Had bleach stains from shooting heroin, blah, blah. So I wrapped it up in it,
Yeah.
softly. I put it in Demula's bag, market basket, and I walked to that fucking bridge. I got there, and I found a rock like the size of this, put it in. I was like, it's gotta, And when I let it go, it was like, and when it hit the water, when the rock hit the water with the weight of it, like kerplunk, I felt like something was connected to my belly, to that cat, and
Imagine,
it was
like,
like, ooh, I felt horrible,
another-
but it had to be done.
Imagine like in another
I
timeline.
did it 'cause I love that poor little cat.
He
I
reincarnated
did it
as
'cause
a
I loved
cat,
it.
and it's him killing himself as a cat.
As a cat.
Like you were brought back in another timeline, and you're that fucking cat trying to warn
It's a
yourself
lot
about
easier to do
something.
Oh,
with the
God.
body.
How much quicker did it take me to walk from,
But why wouldn't
and
you
it got to
kill it?
walk with me to
Why
the
didn't
bridge
you, like,
and Kiss 108?
kill it where you were versus going
Because
on
that's way too personal.
in
Too
your.
personal.
So you have to go on a walk
Throwing it off the
and
bridge is
Smothering a little
you made
animal.
it a package like.
That's
Oh,
pretty
I
personal.
can't do that. That's why it was in my bedroom and it was still there. Like, I was calling junkies that owed
that's
me
what you
money,
better
going, dude, I'll give you dope if you can give me a
better off
ride.
holding
Take a pillow and hold it right over his poor little head.
Oh, no.
Yeah, how do you know, what am I gonna do? Just drown it?
That's what you did. Oh, drawn it at home.
No, I was like, see you later. Like, it was much easier than like 3, 2, 1.
It was easier on you, not on the kid.
I tried to do that.
Yes. But it was
Easier on you.
easier on the kitten because if I was to walk from Everett to JP, that thing would have been going ran, and now it's 30 degrees out.
Veterinary medicine. Right.
No, yeah.
That's still a dream of
What
mine.
would you have done? What would you have done?
What would I have done?
Would you have just killed it at your apartment?
No, I would have brought it someplace.
You
not
don't
like-
have Amanda Cee
I wanted to be a pet growing up.
luxuries and like.
Amanda Cee luxuries. I had to work hard for these fucking luxuries.
Yeah,
that you
I
call
was a
dental
heroin
insurance.
addict, living destitute. And, like,
Then why did you have a fucking ferret though? Let's talk about the ferret.
Yeah.
If you're destitute.
I stole the
Was it-
ferret. I stole
Oh,
the
okay.
ferret.
That explains everything.
Why did?
They're
Right.
cool, little
What
raccoons.
okay, what part were you like? Okay, look,
Stole the ferret.
I need to turn my life around. This
Ferret.
fucking emotional support ferret will do it.
No, they're just cute. They look like a little raccoon.
They shit everywhere. We had.
They're gross. They do shit everywhere.
Yeah, we had one.
I
My
got rid of
parents.
them.
My parents must have got me when I was little, and I named every like 5,000 names. But JoJo would always shit under my bed, so they got rid of. They had.
I had one named Bradley who bit everybody. Play with him, he'd be being nice, and he'd just go,
I had
I'd be like,
friends-
easy bite to eat. He'd really
When
fucking
my
bite.
son
Finally, I
child, he
just
was probably about,
gave him away.
I don't know, 2 years old. He was on the floor playing with one of his toys or whatever. He had his baby bottle. He put it down. My friend came in and had a ferret. He goes, oh, look, I got a ferret. And put the ferret down. The ferret ran right over to the baby bottle. And Kyle grabbed the baby bottle. And the ferret bit Kyle in the thumb.
They were like a big 90s pet.
And that's what it was. I picked that ferret up.
Yeah.
I opened that door. Chuck that thing out. And goes, that's my ferret. And I go, yeah, look at that fucking ferret fly, man.
Now it's a flying squirrel.
I don't know, like, why they thought like that would be a good. There's certain pets that don't make sense, you know.
Actually, this was
That's the thing.
This
You
was
fuck,
the 80s,
was this
late
bit a
80s.
kid? Is that what you said?
Huh? Yeah, bit my son.
Bit your son? Yeah, no, you gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta go.
Well, it wasn't my
Time
ferret. It was
out.
my friend's ferret. Yeah.
You know, I don't know
I'm
where
like,
you gotta. You
you're
can
lucky
go.
I
I don't know
don't
where you
throw
can
you
go.
out
You
of the
can't
house.
stay here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you were a human and you bit somebody's kid, you're getting kicked out. So it
Yeah.
makes sense just to.
Yeah, a kid biting an adult is like, he bit me, but
At what age?
biting
did
a
you-
child, you know what I mean? Did you
Oh,
hear
you bite
about
him back.
Billy? What? He bit a
It
kid.
depends what age a kid is. Like, there's certain kids that know not, you know. If your
I'd
kid's
like to be known
young-
as a guy. He's a nice guy, but he bites. You know.
Yeah.
He bites.
I've had people
That'd be
bite.
creepy.
I kind of like.
I don't like it.
You know, like a
Jeremy.
little.
I like pulling hair.
Yeah,
That's a
pulling
good.
hair.
That's just pull my hair. I'm like, no, really. Like, it can be fun. Choke you? No, I can't
Who is
choke.
it? The,
I can't
so somebody
choke.
was saying
I
on
can't
stage
choke
the
a
other
woman.
day that the spanking. Oh, that's it's a daddy syndrome that you're looking for your dad.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I love being spanked.
I think you're looking for a
I
dad.
do not want my dad.
I know guys that
I
wanted to do
enjoy
it and they didn't have
smacking an
kids.
ass myself. You know, like.
Yeah.
Like
I
you give,
like a good
someone can give a
spanking.
good when you're alone and
Can't sit down
they
at
just
work
ride
next day
with
and
it.
you gotta
They ride
explain
with it.
it.
They like, you know, some of them, hey, what are you doing? You know, like
You have to tell somebody.
smacking them
You
in the
can't
ass.
just, you know,
No, you know,
Oh, okay.
just walk on by.
Walk on by.
Yeah, you're
might
coming
smack
out of the
you, I might
shower
kill
in the
your
bedroom
kitten.
like, good game,
What
good
is-
game, good game, good game.
Good
you know?
game.
If you got a good relationship.
Which
is
I
what I'm
think it's
saying.
funny that straight guys are
Right.
so comfortable doing that, but everything else, you guys are like, But
That's
like,
like Leo's
There's
like,
nothing I
I
won't
think
do
you
with a
opened up
woman.
a can of worms because I never thought about spanking before I met you. I kind of look forward.
So do you like to spank, Mitzi, or be spanked?
I like being spanked.
You like being spanked,
I don't
okay.
want to spank.
I met a great big fat girl in a bar who showed me pictures of her ass, and it was purple, like dark purple.
Dark purple for being
And then she
spanked,
showed me a
yeah.
picture of the paddle,
okay, yeah.
and then she showed me a picture of a really old man who
Ooh.
swung the fucking paddle. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
into old men.
Yeah, she was like, you should go to fatlife.com. Do you like getting pissed on? I'm like, no, not particularly.
Because you smell like you do.
Yeah,
Oh,
Get ticket down.
Yeah, that's a good way to weed
So
out
you
the
know
kid.
about shit, and you work in shit,
Yeah.
right? What do you think of scat porn? How
I
this-
haven't watched it.
how
It's my
that? I think that's like certifiable mental illness. Like if you know what I mean. Like
Well-
people they don't like my lifestyle. I like scat porn. I like to
What is
roll,
scat
eat
porn?
shit. Shit
Eating
porn.
shit?
Okay.
They eat shit eaters. They watch
Okay.
watch
Two girls, one
people
cup?
fuck and shit.
Wait, okay, but let's break it down. Is it like they're getting their
Shit everywhere.
okay? Is it on their face?
Shit.
Why?
Are they
Yes.
eating it? Or
Yes.
is it just like an
Why?
ass full of shit and put their dick in it?
You know how they blow loads
down.
on
that.
bukkake? It's shitting in their mouths.
No,
Shit.
see, that's how you
I
get
saw.
That's it. That's how
That
you
is
get
a
All
sick.
the
great
above.
way to keep me in business, people.
Yes, you're just spreading illness, right?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
fecal oral route. It's a
So what do you
circle
think of the
life.
mental cycle of the
I don't
mental
know. I'm
brain?
I'm not a psychologist. I'm not giving my stupid opinion on that shit. I don't
Do you
know.
What about the
think
dogs
shit
eat
eaters
shit?
should be accepted?
They say
Is my
when dogs
question.
eat shit, they say dogs have it like they have psychological issues.
Yeah.
Or they might have been abused.
If they eat
Dogs?
Yeah, if they
Okay.
eat shit. Which
So
makes sense
what
because our
about
German
shit?
Shepherd.
My
shit.
dog
Who,
pees
there,
on it.
like you go in a
She
porn
pees on
shop, that's where I
Dog.
saw it. There is a section
I
of
haven't
shit
seen it on
eaters.
RedTube.
Listen, I saw,
But
you
maybe
know,
I
like,
haven't,
I
like,
listen,
looked.
I saw
sorry,
adults. I picked up a VHS tape back
Hopefully
in the 90s.
you did see adults. If not, we can't be friends.
It was, it was adults.
Done. This is where I'm like, I'm
A
not
kiddie
moving.
pool.
God,
They were
that's
in a
it,
kiddie pool, right?
You can't
and
use
there
the
was
word
a
kitty
sep-
again with porn.
Listen, no, kiddie pool.
Kiddie.
Adults,
Yeah.
naked, Germans in a kiddie pool. And
That's just wrong too.
a septic truck with the tank unloaded the hose into
No,
the
no,
kiddie
no.
pool.
That is such a good way to get
It's real
sick.
shit.
And yes, they were swimming in shit. They were
Why
fucking.
are you talking about? Why do they
They
ask?
know
My
what
question
listening
on
now.
scat
Oh,
porn. You
scat porn,
think
I
about that? Like you know the dangers of scat, right? Eating
I
shit
know
is
the
bad.
I think
'cause
a
you
lot
know,
of people know the dangers of shit because that's why we told to wash our hands and stuff.
You know that's why shit smells. I read, so people won't eat it. Like that's like a built-in
Okay.
thing, right?
Yeah, evolution's like we gotta make this smell.
Yeah, we gotta make it really.
We're gonna make
Puke.
this smell like shit, so they don't want to
No,
eat
it's
it.
because the bacteria are breaking down stuff and their byproducts are gases smell. It's bacteria.
Okay, so let's break this down, folks.
That's why like
So there's different smells. What's worse to you? Puke, shit, piss, feet, throw up.
it depends.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Feet and throw up are the worst.
The worst smell I
in my
had
opinion.
recently is I left potatoes in my drawer and I went on vacation.
Nah, I can live with that. It's a rotten vegetable.
No,
I can handle it.
no, this is worse.
That's
It was
so
like I
foul,
opened.
yeah.
I was like, I went to go. I was like, why does
imagine
it smell
yeah.
like fucking dead ass in my
Yes,
kitchen?
yes, it's
And I opened up the drawer and like it was the
Yeah,
potatoes
rotted
were
ass,
liquid.
yeah.
It was a
Oh, yeah,
liquid
liquefied,
bag
yeah.
of shit,
Yeah.
and it smelled like
And you can't-
someone.
It's
It's
get
everything.
That smell
Everything.
out-
I
out
now
of it.
have to. I had like these
It was
strainers.
becoming oil.
I had to. I had to
That's
throw
what
it
it
away
is.
because that
Yeah.
strainers.
Oh,
it
yeah,
smells
yeah,
like
yeah.
someone's. You know that
Yeah.
ash smell you smell? It's like that, but it's liquid.
It's-
I don't
it's
think
so
it was
good.
anywhere near this. This
Yeah,
was.
I work in a lab where it's like.
I
it's-
wished I
it's
could have
bad
shared it with
smelling.
you. It was.
It's really-
It smelled like a dead elephant.
Everything
like,
in
it
the
was
store immediately
disgusting.
went into the
Actually, have you ever
dishwasher.
A
smelled
low bottom,
I
like boom.
I found a dead
like,
cow going
gross.
down the river once.
Dead cow.
We're going down the thing, and my oar hit it, and it popped up, and the stench that came
Oh,
out. I think
that's
it's like
disgusting.
stomach popped or something. It was just
Yeah.
like.
I played on the train.
Moisture makes things.
Yeah.
I had
uh,
train tracks in my backyard, basically where I grew up. It was like my yard, and then the
And
end
then
of
Tommy's
the,
mom's like, one of these days, you're just gonna go right to it, and it's gone.
done. He's done. Go play on the
Keep time
tracks.
to the tracks. I don't know how he gets
Go
out.
play on the
Oh,
tracks.
bastard.
But that's where we played. When I was like
Mom would tell you to
11,
the tracks.
11, 12 at night when the freight, like, here was my backyard, here was the tracks. And when the freight trains would come through in the middle of the
You see
night.
Tommy jacking off in the window. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
People are like,
Pound.
"There's that kid again. It must be midnight. He
Yeah.
does this every time at midnight."
Me and another kid would sneak out of the fucking house when we'd hear them going by because it turned down in Somerville and that like 2-mile long
Yeah.
freight train would have to slow down. And I'd hop them. It was awesome. Ride it just before you got to like North Station, that area, the train yard. Hop back. It was fun. It was fun. I don't know where I'm going with it, but yeah,
has
it was
to-
it
it
was
has
it
to
was
smell.
awesome.
Shit, dude.
Oh my! The point is, playing, growing up on the train tracks, I know the dead animal smell. I found cats, raccoons,
Yeah,
dogs.
but like the open dead animal
Yeah, but
smell
a cow. That's
I had a
That's what
friend who
in
just
river
died on the
water.
tracks.
Moisture will
Shit,
make-
bad hit. They
moisture
found him on the
makes-
tracks dead after 2 weeks dead on the train.
Yeah, but he's in
tracks.
open air. It's different. Moisture makes, because my sister's a mortician. She'll say moisture makes things decomp.
You guys are like great
Right?
Thanksgiving dinner. And
Right,
you
right.
must be a ball.
So like smells don't bother her. So she
Smells.
had to pick
This
up.
is just, yeah, I
she
feel
had to
like
pick
I
up
can
a
talk
dog
smells with you. I
that
can
was
ask
in the
you. I'm
garage
asking you a lot of smell,
dead for 4
sense-related
days.
questions.
And picked
you
that
know?
thing up and didn't fucking care.
Ugh.
Yeah, she picked,
So which one is it? Which one's your grossest?
The fucking potatoes that came
No,
out.
dude, that smells worse than your husband's feet.
Yo,
Or
yeah.
Throw up.
Yeah, yeah. And if you
No.
if you ask anybody that about the smell that has come across it, it's
The
like
smell of another man's feet when it fucks up a room.
No,
like,
these potatoes are another thing, man. It's like it's rotted ass. Someone
When I-
online has said it smelled like
I think that
Michael
was
Myers-
second to the cow.
Does
Yeah.
it smell like
Yeah.
rotted? Like
it's like so I
Flash
would say
smell, like-
it
No, 'cause
smells like
it becomes liquefied. It's just
it smells like if you took
Yeah.
swamp
it's
bath
at the
and
beginning of
someone
oil.
died
It's
and
like-
you took
yeah,
the
it's
death
like-
of someone's swamp bath and bottled it up. That's what it smells.
it's like
Mm.
swamp
Ass
fermented
smelling
shit.
It is you. It's like. Yeah, and it just ruined
Yeah,
the metal strainers. I
like-
have to
like
throw
at
them
the
out
swamp
because the
man.
smell is on it.
You know
My,
the creature from the swamp.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if that had a daily dump.
Actually, I could bring. Next time I
I've
see
smelled rotten vegetable smell. It is
No,
gross.
this
It
is-
is gross.
Let's take a couple potatoes and put them in a bread box.
Do it. Do it.
And yet he.
And
Vodka.
tarantulas. Put a
Like
tarantula in there while we're
They
at
were
it.
a solid thing, and,
And
they
then just
became
leave
liquid
it,
on
right?
their own.
Yeah, they were solid. Yeah.
Yeah, they were solid, then they
Yeah,
became like
they break right down.
liquid. They
Yeah,
either
yeah.
grow roots, they either
Yeah.
like go the good way, or they just fucking.
Yeah.
I gotta say, mine is feet. Like the smell of
Smell
a
of
dude.
feet?
Like I used to sell fireworks for a guy named Fat Tony, and he lived upstairs
So
from
that-
me.
Well,
And
that
he
makes
worked
Tony
at
sounds
he
like
worked
he
at
has
a
six
deli. He
ass
was like
Yeah.
a guinea guy. He
Yeah.
humongous
Fat
Fat
Tony's the
Tony.
man.
Drove a big silver Cadillac.
So will feet make you vomit?
No, but it'll make me go. I gotta go, guys. Take it easy. Like, ugh. It's.
So every time he
I'll
talks
see-
too much,
See, yeah,
just whip on
cleaning
my
up,
husband's
yeah.
shoe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
mine is like, I think, dog when you're cleaning up dog shit, that's like something.
Dog
I
shit-
can handle
Yeah.
animal
Dog
shit.
shit just lingers.
I
The
just
smell
you get it
lingers.
over with.
Like if it goes on your shoe, that shoe's gonna smell like that forever. It
My
just, it
child
stinks.
shit is I'm so
Oh,
particular
oh,
about her dumps because
ta-
I'm the
ta-
one cleaning it.
The
A
one
good-
that comes after when they're like still in the diaper and it comes out like green and.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like-
you got and I
that
got
is-
a girl.
That is the bad one.
But
yeah.
you know what? I
Girls
think
do
a little
fart
boy
and
would be
poop.
harder to clean maybe than a girl.
Why? Because our
Because
Because the
plumbing
girls
is
just
all
whoop, whoop,
fucked
see you
up.
later. No, but I got
If
that
you don't
down.
do front to back,
Of
hello.
course.
It's all like there's
They-
skin
I
folded
want
on
to
it
have one of
and
those
shit.
poop
Yeah, but
showers
it's a quick.
that goes all
Yeah,
the way
but,
up the back and comes out. It's
I
coming
would,
out
like-
of
It's
the top.
gentle. You
It
gotta
would be nice
This
to,
sounds
like-
creepy, but I'm just
It'd
saying.
be nice to like have sex, go to sleep, and after like have sex, I gotta piss and wipe and then go to sleep. Or if I don't, I get a UTI.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I've had
sucks.
like when I first started wiping my little girl changing her diaper. Her mother's like, "Dude, relax. You're like fucking like too."
Where do you get like one of those air cans? Like,
yeah. Just too rough with it, you know.
Too
I'm like, all right. I'm like, I feel right doing it gentle. I just want to get it over with, you know. It's good hard wipe. There you go. There you go.
great, good to go, good
It's
to
just
go.
There you
like-
go. All right, go play.
Just
Beat
don't
it.
like rough sex when it grows up.
Fucking her up already. No.
My mother used to literally say, "Tommy, go play in traffic." Go
Yeah,
play."
my mom would say that too, and I was like, "What's traffic?"
I'd be like, "Fuck
And
that.
then
The
my mom
train tracks are more
explained
fun."
what traffic was, and I was like, "Oh, so you really don't love us?"
Yeah.
But I put it together. Like when I asked what adopted was, and she's like, "Do you want to find out?" And then like I should have said yes
funny.
because like any family would have been like way better.
My mom used to
You
always
gotta use
threaten
that
to
in
send
how
me
to
out.
get jokes.
Yeah. Well, like
Yeah,
I
you
remember
gotta
seeing
use
that
it.
Rescuers
Just
the
fire it
movie.
like
I was
that.
like, "What is it even adopted?" She's like, "You want to find out?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
Huh? Never mind.
oh,
Did what she
man.
do? Did she fuck with you? You're
Well,
not
like,
adopted,
Give
right?
me, no, I'm too poor. People don't adopt. That's how you.
Yeah,
That's how you know you're
That's
not
how you know
adopted.
adopted,
When you
yeah.
live
My
in a
daughter's
poor
mother was
family,
like, "What do you think
you
about
know.
fostering a little kid?" I'm
Oh,
like, "No."
The only poor people.
No, not something. Yeah.
They'll
We did.
foster, like people will foster kids for like money, but
I
like
had,
a poor family is
I
not
had
gonna do
foster
it.
Yeah.
brothers and sisters growing up.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just
My
don't want the
mom did anything for a
responsibility.
buck.
I am so afraid of something happening to my little girl that I had a nightmare the other day that I lost a little Chinese boy. Little 6-year-old boy. Somehow that was my nightmare. Where'd he go? You see the little guy? Like, You never had nightmares about your kids,
All the
right?
time, yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I remember I used to always have one about my little brother. He was falling off a roof, and his godmother caught him.
Ah.
Do you know what that? And it was her roof that he fell off.
Wow.
She was responsible for something that she had to own up to.
You drove him nuts. That's why he went up there. Yeah, nightmares. I'll have nightmares. I don't call them nightmares, but I have dreams about my mother, who's been dead since 2009. Where in the dream she's sick and she's like dying somewhere, and I'm like, it's been so long, and I'm like just trying to get there, and then finally I'm like, oh, and I remember in the dream, oh wait, she's been dead.
Oh, you remember that? No, mine.
And I'm like, oh wait, she's dead, and then I wake up and go,
like, if
thank God that was only a dream. Thank God it was a dream, because you know what I mean, like. That was my biggest fear my whole life, my mother dying. And then that happened, and I'm like, what can the world do now?
Do you have it when you're stressed out? Because I have certain dreams when I'm stressed out.
No, I don't know.
Like, I get in an elevator, and the elevator's about to plummet all the way down to the ground, and I'm like, this again, and it stops at the last second.
Yeah.
And I'll have it so often, and I'll be in the elevator, I'm like, fuck, it's a dream again, and it plummets to the last second.
I have flying dreams every once in a while.
Those are the cool. That means you're, like, relaxed and having to, they say you're, like...
Those. I had one where I was walking down in South Medford on Main Street in the middle of the night. Nobody out there, just, like, the street lights that it's, like, orange, and out of nowhere, Superman just lands next to me, and we're walking. I'm like, teach me how to fly. He's like, just do it. And I'm like, woo. I just remember flying over the telephone poles, counting telephone poles. That's awesome. Or I have nightmares where I have a dead body I have to get rid of. It's been there for a long time. It'll be in a closet. It's been there for like 10 years. I'm like, oh no, now they're coming.
Have you read
and it's always a friend.
That story about that drag queen that was on Paris and Burning that had somebody dead in her apartment for like 10 years, and then when she died, the person found it.
That's fucking creepy.
What was like they said they must have stabbed him or whatever, then put baking soda and saran wrapped the shit out of them and kept them in a suitcase. What that says about baking soda and saran wrap is a good fucking commercial.
Yeah, someone does. I bet it. You know who was behind that? That's a good idea.
Well, the person, they knew who it was because the person died, and then when
was it a man or a woman?
It was was it a drag queen performer? Yeah, and then
smart thinking.
Well, you couldn't like
made a mummy kind of.
You couldn't lug. That's what they said. You couldn't lug somebody out like one person in like.
I don't know where that comes
my
from.
Nightmares,
like where that I never kill anyone.
In my old body.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the worst.
And then you wake up happy, right? Like when I had
a nightmare. Do you have them when you're stressed? Like, is there certain times when like you have those dreams?
I don't think so. I don't know.
They're like for me. I have drug dreams where I'm like doing heroin again, you know. And in the dream, I'm so excited to do it. I'm like,
so in the
like
the dreams,
it's horrible.
Are you a younger age, or is it like this?
No,
you're like, now present day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they can wash off your lipstick, but them tits ain't going nowhere. So you know, you're good.
Does it wake you up in the middle of the night and you're like, or is it in the morning?
No, if when I wake up, they'll wake up and then they can't go back to sleep. Yeah. No one.
I'll have nightmares about bugs. Big giant.
I don't think you have any happen. You just have that one about you flying with Superman.
Yeah.
You're like, hey Superman, you want to do some drugs?
The dead one about my mother. That's a really and it's. It goes from a nightmare to a good dream. It goes from a nightmare to a good dream to when I wake up and I'm like.
I just rode off my bicycle with my sister. And like, your mom's dead.
But what happens is it makes me just wake up and be like, she's dead and I'm okay with it. I'm fine. It doesn't haunt me.
There's certain people that they die in my dream. I'll wake up crying. My pillowcase.
If they're alive, that's not a good dream.
Then there's certain people that have died in my dream and I just been like, oh, go on my bike.
Mitzi, can you pass that? Someone? Oh, I got hers over here. We got a lighter.
Always
I feel like smoking and making myself dumber.
Oh, okay.
You got a lighter, Herb?
Mooching my life.
Jesus Christ.
I had a flashback once.
Nana with her lighters.
In a dream or like at a checkout? Were you like at
I was at South Station though. No, Park Street. I was at Park Street at a flashback. There was like a little, like somebody was playing music, dude. And like all over a sudden, like I thought I was at this concert. And like I'm wilding out, dude. I'm having a really good time. And then like I kind of like start dazing out of it again. And I'm like, fuck, dude. So like I got really embarrassed and ran away. Yeah. What else you do? You know, like
I've had moments.
Yeah.
I walk around my neighborhood at night after doing comedy or whatever. Like I'm out having fun where I'm walking around my neighborhood and I'll be just like thinking about bits or talking to myself, talking through bits, blah, blah, blah. And I'll round a corner and there'll just be like some kids, Chinese guy walks by me, like, you know. You look like a maniac when you're doing that.
Yeah,
I've actually been,
it'll mug you.
and I want to be like, yeah, well, they just full on, like I'm on stage, like I'm on fucking stage, guys, like I'm on stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Like,
Bluetooth.
Yeah. So you just put things in, and people are gonna think.
But they look, and I have that moment, and I'm like, now what do I do? I gotta act normal.
You can
like,
you can take the Q-tips and make them
try to
look like
laugh.
Apple AirPods.
You know what helps? You leave
away.
I leave my headphones in, and got my phone. Go, yeah. Anyway, Billy, you know, like.
Normally, if
talking on
someone's
the
talking to
phone.
stuff, I think a lot of people are like, I am staying away. No one really goes towards it and be like, how
I
can
mean,
I help
you could think out loud,
when I hear people
talking,
talking to themselves, that's the first thing I
conversing.
do
You're
is
like, what is he
look
doing?
to see if they have the AirPods
Asking
in,
yourself
so.
questions when
And
when
if they
questions
don't-
are involved.
I'm like, eh.
When questions turn into an argument when you're talking to yourself, that's mental illness.
Oh really? Because I argue with myself all the time.
Yeah, they say talking out loud is like a good thing to do.
It is a good thing to do, but when you see a crazy guy walking by, you know, there's a good, healthy way to think out
But
loud.
you know, it's also a good way to keep people away from you. Just like start violently talking out loud.
Well, so is
Yeah.
being transgender.
My point was, it's embarrassing when around the corner, you just see someone sit. You know what I mean? I feel like an idiot.
You ever like? Well, you must
Because I'm
come
doing
across
voices and shit. I look like a complete psychopath.
people who don't know how
Psychopath.
to like handle or navigate.
Not as bad nowadays.
Now.
I mean, nowadays it's either hey, smile and wave and like, oh hey, we love you. Oh, you look beautiful. Love your eyelashes. They'll try to do something common, and then there's. I mean, I've had.
And those are the ones
some
that want to
people
fuck you.
That don't. Yeah, well. But
Yeah.
there are some people who won't even come. To
I
my
have
register
seen the
when
most,
I'm
like-
working on the register.
Yeah.
People that I
They'll-
never would
they'll wait
expect
for the
hitting
next
on
guest,
Mitzi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cause you got personality.
Those people, yeah, that's like. You know. But I know.
Mitzi, when's your next show? You just asked me to do a guest spot.
well-
I'm excited about it.
So my new show, the Fabulous Underground Comedy Kids. Period. T period.
Yeah.
So is S&M over?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a show I'm going to be doing by myself. It's going to be
Fuck.
Friday night.
Is it fuck stand up?
It's Fabulous Underground Comedy Kids.
Fuck stand up. That's basically
Well,
what
if
it
you
says.
call it what you want.
Yeah,
you know?
Fuck
Oh, I
stand up.
see. I see. I was like, let me put it together.
Yeah. So I made
It's
a
an
poster.
acronym.
I made a poster, and
It
they're
is
like,
slow
you
down.
can't highlight the first letter of every word.
Fuck you. Ah, sure you
So-
can. Sure you can.
And then he says, we'll try
You
not
wanted to spell out fuck, like
Well,
F-U-C-K.
He says,
Well, if you wanna-
stand up.
if you wanna
wanted
put
to
the
tell a
flyers-
joke.
yeah, it says if you want
That's
to do
the
it,
joke.
you can
Fuck
do it, but
stand
you
up.
can't even have them in a row. Like
Yeah.
you have to kind of off scale.
Because if you want to hang the flyers someplace,
Yeah.
you can't really hang it in certain, coffee
Right.
shops and stuff.
Yeah, if you want to be a cunt about it, I guess.
Well, but you also want to get people to go, so there's a.
Yeah. When they're there,
There's a
you
difference
tell them
between,
a
like-
joke. You
Yeah.
fabulous,
Right.
fuck stand up.
Well, it's like when the
Right,
first
exactly.
time I did
That's
her.
what it'll be verbal or whatever.
Yeah.
And that is January 8th.
January 8th.
That is Elvis Presley's birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna write an Elvis.
Wow, you're
joke.
like a Wikipedia full of weird shit that
Yeah.
is never gonna appear on Jeopardy or a trivia
And it's
show.
a 9 p.m. to midnight show, so plenty
Ooh.
of time.
Yeah.
Everybody
And
can
is
do
it
lots of
it's
time.
downstairs at Jock's Cabaret?
Downstairs, underground.
This Sunday was fucking unbelievable.
Every
Yeah,
Sunday, the last.
that was
Every
My
Sunday
wind down
it's
day. I need to
funny
make
as
it, but
hell.
I'm
Yeah.
stuck for my
No,
wind
you're
down day.
fucking making mistakes by not going. You
Make a
should,
mis-
you-
I make a
because
lot of
it's
mistakes.
fun.
What do we
It's
have?
fun.
30
That's
comics
good.
Sunday, 10 guests.
Yeah, no, there was
Full
like
room, it was downstairs.
Legit-
legitimate
bring-
elderly audience members right in the front that
Yeah.
were
Legitimate
good
au-
sports.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to bring your own food there, right?
Yeah.
Or, that's what I can remember.
You
Yeah.
can what? Bring your own food?
Yeah. You can bring your own
But the
food.
first time, like I did the
Yeah.
S&M one, I like legit took it
I want to make
serious, and
a
then
bucket
found
of.
out they're just.
Oh, the
fried
S&M
chicken.
was
I
great.
don't wanna come.
The first S&M one, she came.
Is that the one where you fucking?
6-inch heels.
It did.
I know,
Tits.
but she only had the 5.
That was uncomfortable. That was
I
think-
uncomfortable.
That
It was uncomfortable. You made me uncomfortable, man.
Really?
Yeah, it made me uncomfortable because her husband, she's like, I'm like, how
He,
do I
for
not
some
look at her
reason,
tits?
Tommy O'D is like, intimidated by my husband.
No, I'm not intimidated. I
Oh,
do not
no.
want to be disrespectful
Yeah.
to your husband, so
thinks,
it's
like,
uncomfortable. There's a conscious,
but he
like,
knew, like,
I
when
don't
I
look
was-
at you all
he
night.
knows-
I'm like, woo, you see
he
the
knows-
Bruins
he was-
derby, you know?
He was the one. I was getting ready. I ordered the hair.
They were
everything.
out there.
And like we were.
They weren't just out there.
Well, I
just,
lost
like,
weight, so they went away. It was. It's a great
And you
photo.
just didn't come out. You like stood with them.
Oh, I know,
you know,
yeah, staying
your
proud.
tits were.
And I was
And
getting
here's the
ready,
thing.
and I was like,
Here's the
at my
punchline.
apartment,
Jacques
and
Cabaret is the only room you can do that.
There's actually a picture
Like,
that we
and it'd
have.
be
Yeah.
totally
She's
fine.
standing
Totally
in
She's
Army
standing up
Angels.
in front of me, and her head is resting on my
Yeah.
boobs.
Yeah. Jacques is a fun place to perform
I
and do
was
goofy stuff.
getting
It's
ready, and
fun.
I was like, okay, I'm ready to leave. My husband's like, and he waited. He just let me fucking build all this up, and we're about to leave. He's like, you do realize that if the reason why it's called S&M comedy, it's because of the host's initials, right, Amanda? And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, Sterling and Mitzi. I was like, fuck, man. And I went with it anyways. Like, I didn't care. Like, I committed. But, like, I just thought, like, it was a fun
Oh, my
word.
God.
So, and then, like,
You were ready
I
to
always
awesome.
go with it. I mean,
give a beat.
I mean,
Like,
half
she
of my
has shows
outfits
you
are leather. I
whips,
came with
gags,
whips.
mouth gags.
I would've, yeah, but,
Yeah,
like,
I had my mouth gag there.
I was like, I already spent money on the pants and everything else. I was like, I cannot spend more money on, like, a whip and all this other shit and been, like, $200 in the hole for, like, a gag.
Yeah.
See, I have that stuff
Yeah, I
already.
could have
now.
bought it. I should have asked.
No, you did well that night on
But it was
stage.
just funny because, like,
I could look at your tits while you were on stage because
Because,
it was that was the only
I-
time I could really look at your tits. But the rest of the night, you didn't exist. I was
one
just like,
comic was
yeah.
like, just he looked at me and I was like, hey, and he's like, Amanda, and I guess like that was hilarious. That they're like, oh, you don't look like your Boston Medical's hair up
Yeah.
self.
You have your
after
tits
work.
out like this. You should be
Yeah.
going cigarettes, cigars.
Well,
like, you
what
just-
threw her off,
tits out,
everybody
you know?
off was because she was up here too.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was a lot
They're
taller.
fabulous shoes. I'm so happy about
No,
it.
you looked
Nice.
hot. You looked very hot.
I
I
was-
was like,
Yeah, but now
you
they
know,
shrunk.
I don't want to look at her because you know what I mean. Because you want to look at her, you want to, you know what I mean? Be like, then people know you want to fuck her. It's like, it's
like-
uncomfortable. It's, you
you're
know,
like-
it's like,
No,
Is
yeah,
that
I
what
get.
Is that what you're saying?
no, yeah, basically in a nutshell. But you can't
I know
because
what
she's
I'm saying.
married, so
I
it's
know,
like
yeah,
puts
I
you in a
know.
predicament. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
No, divorce is.
I would duct tape her to the radiator
Wow.
in no time. Trust me.
Duct tape.
Yeah,
Duct
yeah.
tape. I could choose to that.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
kidding.
but I knew.
I'm
I know.
kidding.
Oh my
I'm
God,
kidding.
Tommy, I know.
You know
I
what I'm
know.
saying.
It's not like.
I would
No.
just make sure you have duct tape around her
Yeah.
at all times.
Guys have said like worse things to me when I was younger, which I think is worse. When
Oh,
someone's
Tommy
like
said worse
17.
things to me.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. I've said every like wrong thing you shouldn't say to someone like
Oh,
yeah.
I will
made
give
those
you
mistakes.
$20 if you could guess where an old man in the back bay who was dressed like a regular old man, didn't smell or anything, said to me. 3 words.
What?
Yes,
3 words.
3 words. This is the most foul thing that has ever been said to me in my life as a female. Besides, what does your
You
underwear
suck
smell
my
like?
dick.
How's your pussy?
That's
Followed
pretty.
up by, do you wanna fuck?
Closed.
Hey,
Jesus.
you know what?
Close
He's
to
finding
repairs.
out. He was getting the information, finding out right off the rip.
I don't know if he
He
had.
wasn't going to invest time talking to you.
I don't
Like,
know if it was
how's
like-
the pussy? And that's like, is it for sale or not?
I
You
have
know,
people
like.
all the time
Was,
coming up
was
to
it
me.
dementia or
Is it
was he
for
so
sale?
old not giving a fuck? Is what I still wonder to this day.
But could he fuck? Was he so old he couldn't
They
fuck?
have
you know what I mean?
Viagra, which I think
Yeah.
is hilarious
Listen.
that they'll regulate women's abortion rights, but we won't
Yeah, we
regulate
won't do
Viagra.
Viagra.
Which
No.
I'm like, you want to fucking play
Yeah.
with my shit? I'll play with yours, you fucking piece of shit. Like, should we be giving Viagra to someone that has been sexually assaulting somebody?
That was
Fuck
funny.
you.
Yeah. No, I'm sure. No, they're
Imagine
monitored. Like, if you got a bad heart, they won't give
No,
you
they give it to
Viagra.
you. Yes, they do.
Yeah, sure
They
they
just
will.
have to
Listen.
ask, did you take heart medication or Viagra recently? Because if they give you stuff, it'll
Yeah.
make you.
Yeah.
I am gonna sing the praises of Viagra right now. This is how good
This is why I don't give
Viagra
it to
is.
them. 'Cause you have to
I
give it
always
back
swear and
an
believe
hour
that
later.
when you're high on Adderall and it makes you very much hypersexualized because it just makes you dehydrated.
When
Your
you're high
body's
on
like, I'm
anything,
dying,
you're
and your body just says, let's
Oh,
seminate.
pretty
So, you
much,
know, you
right?
want to blow loads.
Viagra.
Viagra. Always swore that when I'm on fucking Adderall, it's like putting a marshmallow in a parking meter. There's no way
Yeah,
I'm fucking.
I like to call it
But
funny in a
I
keyhole.
took Adderall and Viagra, and holy shit, I'm a
He
sex
could
crime
focus on
waiting to
actually
happen.
getting the penis in.
Sex crime waiting to happen. You dig a tunnel.
Somebody, there was a bit.
Just going to China, like my dick working like I'm 14 years old.
Wasn't there a bit about
unbelievable?
Dude, there was a show. There was a bit about someone finally putting ecstasy and Viagra together. Like
Yeah, it's called Sextasy. I would totally do that. I would eat. I don't want to say.
Vegetables? I mean, we know where you're going. I would love to eat vegetables.
Bacon.
I would eat cauliflower.
Asparagus.
Yeah.
Broccoli.
Drugs and sex are amazing. When I discovered dirty magazines and weed at the same time, forget about it. I locked myself in my room.
These kids, they don't
Awesome.
understand like how
Awesome.
much porn they have and all the categories.
It's unbelievable.
That's how you
Yeah,
know
but
humans. That's how you know like society's coming a long way because there's only like a few categories. Like 10 years ago, now you go on the porn site and you're like da 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 da.
But when I was a kid growing up, dirty magazines started with like, hey, Billy has a page of a girl's pussy. And you'd be like, kid, he'd show you behind the fucking rectory.
So
like,
they were the original, like, you know, sex things. That
the
people
first
did
time
now.
I saw a woman's legs spread, like clam looking at me,
Clam looking at me.
for the first time that my body was like, you know what I mean? My
Clam.
balls,
Yeah.
like,
The
were
clam.
like, it was
Yeah.
when it was time to start beating off as like a 12-year-old. I remember like I was rummaging through a yard in my neighborhood and I found this crumpled up black and white magazine and I opened it and there was like some Greek lady just fucking
Because her
Do you-
vagina
angry
said Greek. It had
Do
a
you
fucking
know-
flag on it.
19.
You know what a
fucking
clam and a
84
vagina have
bush.
in common?
What?
They're both easier to open if you take them from behind.
Yeah. Well, if you got a knife too, it's
Oh.
get it.
oh god.
It's like a magic spell.
Oh
Open
my
sesame.
God.
Get it. Get the knife. Right. You want to know what? I had that joke in my holster. You set that up. Don't put that on me.
He's like, see, he pulled
You
up this
set
morning.
that
He's
up.
like, please
Don't
someone,
put that on me. I hit the
please
punchline.
someone bring up a clam joke so I can bring the joke about today.
Oh my god.
I was thinking about that when I was feeding my daughter today. I was like, how can I make that knife open in the
And you're
clam
like,
like that?
eat-
Open
eat
with a
your
knife either
vegetables.
way. Real one or yours. Right? Dun-dun-dun. Right?
Because we talked
See,
about
you
it
saw
2 weeks
it.
ago,
Stop
you
it.
knucklehead.
Yeah,
Little
but
gymnast girl who hits her bark, you know? It was a good joke.
if only you found
It's a
physics
good
that day.
joke.
Your whole life might have been.
Yeah, I'll go there. I don't give a fuck. I gotta burn the house down, you know? I'll just be a retard.
Is there anything we won't joke about?
Children.
Really? I joke about my kids.
No, I mean like, you know, like in a disrespectful way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
mean,
yeah, I'm gonna
it's
sell
a-
my kids in Lowell to crackheads. Why not? They got nothing to do after
Well, if you
school.
can
He
make a
doesn't
joke
use a
out of it.
soccer ball. I got a
Yeah,
hockey stick.
Exactly. If you
Nothing.
can make a good joke
You
out
want
of
to stay
it.
on
Yeah.
Facebook? You're gonna work for the Mexican dudes in
I don't know,
Lowell.
it depends like who's sitting in the audience and what they want to.
Mine's, yeah,
Yeah,
race.
yeah.
Yeah, racism.
I think anything that's
the only thing I
yours.
can't joke about.
Really?
No,
Jokes about my
well, actually,
kid.
no, because I joke about racism a lot because I get
Mm.
racist against me.
That's the one
Yeah.
I can't touch. Is like,
Yeah.
unless it's a.
You got a couple like that just barely touch on it. They're
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
you
Barely
know,
touch it. They skip.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
do.
don't got the look to, you know.
But you do get to look for it, dude. Cause
I
like,
know.
oh,
I
you
look
do.
Right
guilty.
away.
I look guilty.
Yeah.
I
Like
look
if I
guilty.
if I was meeting you, if
I
I was
look
meeting you for the
guilty.
first time right now, I would think you might be racist. I mean, maybe a little.
Right. What, the jawbone? What is it,
It's
kid?
the hat.
I don't know.
It's the hat.
What?
The
Because
hat.
I'm,
Usually,
The
you
hat,
know,
the hat and the
I'm
green
ready,
jacket.
ready to play street hockey or do
The hat
this.
and the
What
green
is it,
jacket.
kid?
usually my
Nah,
experience,
just
if
fucking
you
around.
The
tell
hat,
someone,
no, exactly.
if you
It's
tell
a way to
someone,
make the wimp scatter, you know. But
if
I'm
you
a,
tell someone
I'm a
you do
marshmallow.
comedy,
I'm a
you
good
find
dude.
out they're a racist real quick because they're like, I have this joke that you could use, and you're like, no,
Yeah.
nope,
I have a
nope.
No, listen.
I'm like, no. They're like, you can sit on stage. I'm like, the fuck I am. Nope.
I had the
Really?
nerdiest
Yeah,
white kid.
that's how you find out immediately who's kind of racist. Because when you're like, oh, I do comedy, and you're at a bar, this usually the little white men open up a can of fucking worms, and you're like, oh, I could kind of tell who you voted for this administration.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Funny if it's funny. That's
It's I don't know,
It's
like with this
funny.
one guy I was sitting in the,
If
the
it's
sketchiest
funny.
bar of my life. I was like, this guy is definitely.
Do you remember that
definitely-
guy at the hideout?
Definitely is one.
Amanda, you might remember. Maybe you might. The old guy with the stutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's his name? He'd be like, my wife left me for a
Oh, I know. Yeah.
like that, you know, and he'd yell it.
Really?
And the
Oh,
roof
yeah.
would cave in. The roof would cave in. We'd
Yeah, I
be
would've
like,
kept
oh my
that.
God.
That's
you
not
know?
like my. That's.
But it worked. It was amazing. you
It
know?
worked because it's how it's coming, or maybe how it's coming out. But it's like I
If
don't.
he rewrote it though, he's like, my wife left me for a Norwegian.
It might, it could work too. It depends on what people.
That works, you know.
It depends on.
Nicaraguan.
Fucking
Yeah, it's what
Nigerian.
yeah, it's what people are expecting. If people.
the stuttering guy, you always think he's gonna
yeah.
say something right. He's talking about Mexicans, these fucking.
Margaritas.
Yeah, they spit something, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That might work even better because you're expecting a laugh that
Right.
goes the other way, and that's what people love too in comedy.
but that's what I am, you know. I'm that guy that you expect to. You know, I'm like.
No, the best is when
I
you,
look like your
think,
dead uncle.
is when you did
know?
like a regular voice with no accent,
When I did Jeremy.
or when you talk like how a Chad or like a
Oh yeah,
State Street, because like that you do not expect coming out of you.
Yeah.
If you look, yeah, that is hilarious.
I'm not gonna do it, but I had a silly one where I'd be like,
In the kid voice.
I'd just be like, you know, break my, you know, like I'm actually an actor.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
that's
blah.
when she's talking about.
Yeah, when you do
Yeah,
your
yeah.
like straight laced like
Yeah.
I
I
go to
came here to
Whole
make a
Foods, I drive a
video.
Range Rover voice.
Yeah.
Because people wouldn't expect that coming out of you.
Yeah, whatever. I do
You
them
do
all. I
it-
like
See,
doing
everybody
voices. I
expects
like
me to be
doing
racist.
voices. I have
you're
like.
Italian?
Probably because I'm Italian.
You're Italian?
I'm
always
funny
had
the way a
everybody
clown
racist
is funny.
against
You
me.
know, like just silly and.
So, mine was I like it was the two Asian women come up to me and they're like, "Oh, you're so beautiful. We go to drag show.
Yeah, I
oh
wanted
my,
to get
oh my
fucked.
God, you're so beautiful. I'm going to get Chinese food." Which one of us was racist?
You know who wants to get fucked more than an Asian chick? Two Asian chicks. Yeah, I had
Wow.
two take me
Funny.
home.
Well,
you know Club Rain
If
at the
he ever
bowling
gets
line?
on SNL,
If he
this
ever-
is gonna come out.
Nah,
I'm
fuck.
not. No.
What did I say wrong? I just said, you know,
yeah,
I had two take
First,
me
you
home
said, "I'm not
from
racist,"
a bowling
and then
alley
you
in
came out with
Saugus.
a very racist
A bowling alley.
Statement.
Not even
It
a
wasn't
joke.
racist. Two very horny, older Asian women who knew what they were like. Ooh, we'll take this one, and they took me home. They took me. One fed me like a plate of like. I swear to God, played
Where
me
were you? What were you on? Why would they take you?
a bowling alley nightclub on Route 1 in Saugus.
Yes.
Town line.
Remember
Closing
that line?
time.
Yep.
Lights come on. Two older like Asian women. Couldn't understand what they were
So
saying, but
maybe
they
if
just
you
wanted.
preference
They
the whole
want. What
thing.
all I
Yeah.
got was come with
You
me,
know?
The
come
first
with
two
me.
comments were like,
Yeah.
"Let me
The
tell
first
you,"
two comments, yeah.
or like,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I'm not a part of this."
Oh,
I'm-
shut up!
I'm Mary L. This has been
Stop
real.
it. Well, when I said who wants to fuck more than a Chinese, two Chinese, like if they team up, they're good. You know.
Well, if anybody teams up, there's more than one person, so it should be good.
They did it well. I'm complimenting them. They did it well. I went with them. I went home, and it was disgraceful. You know.
It was disgraceful.
So one of them,
Oh.
they feed me food, blah, 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 and then he's like, come on, I jump in bed with one, and then the other one comes over and just grabs my dick.
You guys on him?
Oh, this fucking What's up, kid?
What's going on? Sorry. My bad.
She grabs my dick and goes, oh, he has a little one, I go to sleep. Runs off to the other room.
Little one.
Yeah. That's
That's it.
so they won. They got me.
So
They got
Tommy
me.
just revealed his dick size.
Yeah. When it's soft, dude, it's sleeping. It's like a button on a fur coat.
He always jokes he's half Italian, half Irish, but he inherited the Irish side between his legs.
Yeah. Half Irish from waist down, kid. But hey, it looks nice, you know, and if you throw the
Like
right
that's-
amount of drugs at it, it'll fucking, you know.
It looks nice. It
You
looks
know,
nice.
it's like
Takes
the
a good
Polish, you
portrait,
know.
but
It
inside
won't be
you're
the
like, where
tank,
is
but
it?
it'll go down fighting, you know. Do you know that's why Polish
That's two
people?
shows in a row. Tommy's talked about his penis.
You know,
Thank you, Mom.
I just found out why Polish people got dubbed stupid. It's not that old of a thing.
This is not an educational podcast.
No, this is
by
very
the
this is
way.
educational. It was from World War II when the Nazis rolled in on. They came out on horses with fucking the Nazis, the Nazi war machine, the Blitzkrieg. Dun, 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 just came to get them. They came out on horses with
They
swords.
had
And
tanks. Shut up.
they didn't have tanks.
Well,
Dude,
they
stop
did.
with the
Polish
guitar. You're
people
not
had
bad.
tanks. They did.
Yeah,
They had horrible tanks.
that's why they
Well,
call them
damn
stupid.
it.
That's why they call them stupid. That's too bad.
I'm gonna answer that question. Along
Yeah.
with Gary.
I know you were
So,
thinking about it.
Tommy doesn't do racism in his comedy because it's in his
Oh,
regular life.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
We're all gonna be banned in the near future.
Stop it.
That's not a surprise.
Toughen
According to
up,
Trump,
toughen up,
I should be
toughen
dead
up.
now. I should be in a camp.
He's old. He attacked us tonight, though. That thing fucking.
Tonight.
That thing fucking almost killed Herbie.
But it was when we were talking about trans people in the military. That thing came crashing down.
Yeah.
He didn't want any part of that.
Is that when we were? That's when he fell.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Good thing he didn't like nick him. You know.
And then you
like
set it
that.
up. He's just still sitting there staring.
Yeah.
You know?
Ah, yeah, but he's looking at you now.
Yeah.
I guess he was looking at you at the other wall.
Put a NASCAR fucking tattoo on his forehead. That's why he's gonna win. Middle America. Like NASCAR fans.
Can we say it?
You
Dumb
want to sell a
America?
book, a movie,
Uneducated
anything?
America?
You got to get Middle America, and
Oh.
that's hard. Unhappy. Just buckle up. It ain't that long.
Oh, please.
Okay, you say it's easy for you to say as a guy. Just
There's a white
buckle
guy.
up.
There's a
It's
white
gonna
guy.
happen.
It's
It's
easy.
probably
It's
gonna
okay
happen.
to say that.
It's probably gonna happen. Sadly,
Easy to
and
say
I don't.
that.
I'm not saying that gleefully. Sadly, like I don't like the sentiment with it at all. Hate the way people are all up in arms, and it's ugly. It's time to go away, die, eating cheeseburgers, dude. Just go fuck.
Do you think he eats
Fuck.
cheeseburgers?
You know, just go away, go away. Give
I
him
think he just
cocaine,
eats steak.
Viagra,
That's
and
it.
fucking
Steak.
Steak.
young blondes and
Yeah,
fucking steak,
That's steak,
cheeseburgers. You know.
I don't think he eats
That's what he
cheeseburgers.
lives on. No, he eats
Yeah.
shit. You can go look it up. He eats shit. He eats.
So scat.
Scat.
porn.
Yeah.
Not quite scat
Full
porn.
circle.
Not quite
Full
scat.
circle.
Listen, we
Full
covered
circle.
so many awesome
Scat porn.
things on this show. This is fucking, you
People
know,
oral
so
rub.
happy. Scat.
Cat porn.
This is like
It's
you know,
educational.
don't
This is
do
an
s-
educational
it's-
podcast.
So my question was, are people who are into, are they mentally ill?
I don't know.
You
I don't
think-
work in
right?
psych.
Don't you think like?
But then, like
maybe? Would you be worried if your kid was either
I don't. I mean, yeah. I'm
whacking
like,
off to scat porn?
no, not as much as like if you're eating it, because then you could get sick. There's a difference.
Whacking off to it's bad enough to
Kyle,
me. Like,
Are you watching scat porn again?
Yeah, yeah.
Kyle.
Put the scat down. You're gonna get an infection in your
Yeah.
dick.
That's how you get pink eye.
Ah, oh, thing called shit shank. You know about shit shank?
You know that shit shank? Look,
Shit
I
shank
I
is if you're
floss.
pounding a lot of ass, right? And you get an
Oh,
infection in your
God.
hog from the cooker.
That's hard to get because you guys
I
have
know
a
about
lot of
that.
plumbing
That's
to
the
separate some of
right.
this stuff. So
Some shit along the way.
that's just a
Right?
UTI.
We've all had our finger up someone's ass and you just feel, oh, little colonel. You know? Little colonel, like, how are you gonna do?
I've had
Ah.
a finger up my ass.
But the thing, I always think, I'm like, she has no idea this is here right now.
All the way up to her shoulder.
Right. You ever see the rubber fist? Like in the pawn shop, it's just like this.
Oh, I
Here's
heard
the
this,
rubber fist.
this story of somebody.
That's fucking awesome.
My favorite is the one there in the Pete Down one. It's probably about 6 feet. It's a double-ended dildo, and it's probably about this thick. It's like, I do not want to meet the couple that buys that.
Well, they're trying to make it the ends meet.
I want to make a statement right now to all my friends, my old buddies I grew up with that I know on Facebook. Stop
your scat
sending me the creepiest fucking like girl sitting on a fucking tomato sauce jar.
Are they
Like
texting it
off
to
her,
you?
yeah, through Facebook Messenger all day. And sometimes I'll like let my
I'm on
little
the
girl
wrong
watch her
Facebook
goofy little
Messenger.
videos on my phone, and next thing you know, she's flipping around, and I'm like,
Well, that's, you
some
can't,
girl's sitting on a
you
fucking
can't. Like,
dildo that's this
that's
big.
what sucks about these big phones, because you can't discreetly look that fucked up shit anymore, without everybody on the team not seeing it.
Oh, I'm on a
true,
list.
true.
Like,
Because I
you
look at
can't-
crazy shit for a goof, I'm on a list.
That's different. Looking at crazy shit, like watching Mr. Hands, but like when
Like
you're.
I think
So you have to watch this one.
Is he gonna turn?
He's a good boy.
buddy.
Brother? You're still on here?
Hey guys, can we all agree? Has anybody in here besides me ever gone down the wonderful rabbit hole on YouTube of girl fart compilation?
No.
Oh, Herbie,
Why does it
it'll
burn?
make you laugh every time.
What about
every
pro-lap
fucking
penises?
time you'll laugh.
You ever see the jelly donut?
Why
No.
would you put that so?
Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
where
I
like
know.
that's why
It's
men don't live that
hilarious.
So
long.
this is
It's
Oh,
hilarious.
there's more.
What are you
This is
showing
the
over
reason
here?
why-
You can't have a private
This is
date
why
like.
I was trying to do it.
Oh, he's trying to do this, but he burned his taint because there's too much light on his taint.
Because he wrapped the light set around and he's trying to imitate the dance
Who is
that
that?
this guy's doing.
It's an influencer, is what they call them, right?
Yeah.
It's an influencer.
And someone's jacking off to that for sure. Without
Yeah,
a
I
doubt,
mean,
without a doubt.
It's through Christmas.
The shit my
This is
friends
safer than
show
cat
me, it'll be
porn.
like, it'll just get a girl spread her leg and something just comes flying out of her asshole. The people are just sitting on enormous things, like just shove this in your asshole. Like,
Yeah, you can be
just
determined.
in a GIF, it's just like, whoop, whoop. It's like, come on.
Oh yeah, you can't put that up. Somewhere.
But you know what? The only people that send me those are like literally friends I grew up with.
So I'll just do them all in one color.
And it makes me miss them.
Yeah, because
But stop
that
sending
you
them to
can't
me, please.
hang up at a Starbucks. Like I couldn't even hang up the S&M one at work. They're like, "Can I see a flyer?" I'm like, "I have a mortgage, so that's a no."
Someone sent me a
No.
man fucking a donkey. And when I went into the comments, I read the most racist fucking comments I've ever seen in my life. It was
Because
crazy.
I'm not a racist and I don't watch Donkey Kong.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
Maybe
like,
that's the test. Of
don't
That's
send
the
that
test,
to me.
right there.
Stop sending me crazy shit, please. Like, ugh.
We had a guy on the ship that was into bestiality magazine.
Wow.
But it was
Oh,
mostly,
my
it was
God.
mostly animals fucking people.
But,
I was
it's
in
just,
English
it's a
class
level
in
of
college,
degradation, I think,
And
right?
somehow bestiality came up. I don't remember what it had to do with the story. And this one girl raises her hand and goes, "What's bestiality?" And I was like, "This is fucking good." And then the professor's like, "It's good that you don't know, but it's this." But then now years later, I wonder if she was
What a
trolling her.
teaching tool. It's good that you don't know. Like,
Yeah, but I was
okay,
wondering
well,
if she was trolling our English professor. Be like to get her to explain,
that's
just
publicly,
what it is.
teaching
that's
technique.
pretty good.
Like how boys in biology would be like, "What is that?" And the teacher's like, "Anus." He's like, "I got you to say anus." You know, and they're so proud of themselves at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the girls are.
Put him,
I
just
love
put
that.
him at the back of the line.
Yeah, I know,
Go to the
that's
back, go
what
to the
I
back,
was
go to the back, stupid.
Yeah, they're like, "What's anus?"
Some Beavis and Butthead, like,
Yeah,
level
yeah.
shit
If I was a
right
teacher, I'd be like,
there.
"What's GED?" Because that's what you're getting. That kid.
Well, I grew up with two kids that were just Beavis and Butthead. It was fucking Bob and Dwayne. It was just like dumb.
every bunch doesn't have
One
a
was like,
non-bright one.
they were just so dumb. One of them got a
Imagine,
fucking.
They
he-
think that of Tommy. And they're telling that now. They're like, "Yo, remember that stupid fucking thing by the tracks and masturbate at midnight while the train went by?"
Yeah. You jump on it and then walk home.
He's still
Yeah,
alive.
it was
Can you
awesome.
believe it?
Yeah,
Remember the
yeah,
time you
yeah.
threw the cat off the bridge?
Hey, that had to happen. It was terrible. It was terrible.
That's Tommy's Lion King
It
right
was
there.
terrible.
That's his life.
I felt bad, and you know what? I felt better that I did it when I let that poor little bugger go.
Was that like a symbol of all your life issues? You're like,
See ya.
I let him. Like,
No,
Let go.
no, because my life
No, 'cause that's
issues
pretty
were
much shit. It
still.
started after that.
yeah.
My shit was serious anyway. It was like, ugh. It was just a bump in the road. I felt horrible.
Yeah, screw that. The first time you
If-
told me that story, dude, I felt that shit. I was like, oh fuck, man.
Yeah,
that's
like
some serious shit.
when I
Tommy's
let
laying
it
down,
go and it landed in the fucking water, like I literally felt like something in my belly was connected to that cat.
Yeah, I told you.
And it took a few moments
Well,
of
you were supposed to
standing
cut the
there.
umbilical
But
cord.
listen,
Yeah.
it took me a couple moments of standing
I
there
think it was an
to
omen.
know before I could walk away. Like, and then I just
This cat
went
like
home. It was
like,
done. I wanted it to die as quickly as possible.
Is that
There
just
was,
like
I'm talking, its neck was cracked
Like-
sideways with a
not really a
dime-sized
kitten,
hole.
but a woman in a rug.
Yeah.
He had the rope around his waist and
Kitten was her stripper name.
kitten was a
Sarah Miller was her real
So
name.
when was this?
That had
I
to
wanna
be
look back, see if there was girls
1999,
missing called
2000 maybe.
2000. So if there were any
Everyone's
missing
flipping out about
girls from
Y2K.
Kitten-
When I was a dope fiend, I was only a heroin addict for 3 years, and then it
I
was,
know a lot of people
Yeah.
who are heroin wet.
then I was
Less
like
than
on
that.
methadone for
Does it
10
kill them?
years.
Yeah.
Like 3 years on heroin, 10 years on methadone. And the methadone and that culture is what really got me and left me homeless. And
Yeah.
I'm joking about
Very
it now
punctual
on
for the
stage a
methadone.
lot, but
People
was
that line
horrible.
up for methadone, very punctual.
you
For-
know where
for
they're
the
gonna be
methadone.
every day. It's like when you
Yeah.
tag an animal and you throw him back. It's like you
Yeah.
do a crime, you know he's gonna be at the clinic. You know, it's a way of nailing you down. There's nothing. You'll go there in snowstorms to get your methadone. There's no way.
Yeah, 'cause the
you'll get
So
physical
you think the
withdrawal.
government throw the
and they
drugs out there so
give
they can keep
you
track
a
of it?
lot of it. they give you a lot. You could give someone 40 fucking milligrams.
You don't have to do
I
it.
have friends that are on 200, a buck
Well,
80.
that's what you have now. So
Yeah.
what's
It's
that?
unbelievable. I'll be honest, I never went above 125 milligrams. But that's a lot of fucking meth. It would get all 4 of us high right now for 2 days.
No thanks. I don't need
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and it was all, you're a good kid, Mass Health pays for it.
Just weed for me now.
And when I was
I
on
can't
meth,
do that.
I'm just trying to explain, when the horror of the methadone was,
I smoke it all day long.
First
I
time,
drink no
first
caffeine.
time, and the only
I'm
time I
always
ever
awake.
did probably ate it, and it was fucking bad.
how old are you?
Fucking-
You're 30,
32.
and you don't do any drugs?
No.
I never
That's 'cause
do
it-
anything.
It's my my
You're
kids,
good, you're
same
good.
thing. My,
Well, no,
my
'cause-
Tell
son, my
Andrew,
daughter.
there's no need to do it.
Well, not because like
It's
my
not your
parents,
thing.
like my parents
Or
have
you
had
would've
issues
done.
with it, and then
Yeah.
family members have had issues with alcohol.
See, that's me. I'm the example.
I
for
think
my
someone
kids
like you
not
with
to do
your
it.
mind and how you think, you could enjoy
My body
it.
easily
you could
got
enjoy it.
Got used to Paxil, and that was an issue because my not Paxil, I mean Xanax, and the doctor was telling me to take it, and then I was like,
That's a terrible drug.
oh yeah, and I'm like my heart rate's not going down. I feel a blah, and I
Terrible
called the
drug.
office. They're like, double your dose, take it 3 times a day, and then when I went to
Dude,
Mass
you're so addicted to it, you're in a constant
So I do
state of
not-
withdrawal.
yeah, I do
That's
not.
the worst thing I ever
touch
kicked was
those.
benzos.
Yeah, I don't touch.
Benzos are horrible.
Like when I go for.
They'll just throw them at people.
Well, yeah, my
That's
doctor.
the problem.
Basically, what my PCP did was, my old PCP was incorrect because when I went to a psychiatrist this past year to get off the meds, she was mortified that like I went for a panic attack. He prescribed me Paxil, Xanax. Was like, take it, there you go, good. And I was like, oh, can I try? What about therapy or like
Yeah.
running? He's like, no, you can do that if you want, but here, just take this. And then so always, if you have a gut feeling that something isn't right, go get another
Follow
second
the gut.
opinion.
That's right.
Yeah.
I should have done that with my eye.
They do fucking.
Yeah.
They just throw drugs at you.
Some, not all doctors. I can say the ones I have now when I'm like, I don't want to be put on anxiety medicines, I want to work through it with this, they're very supportive of that.
Yeah, like my worst times in life were when I was trying to be downed, like opiate high with like the methadone. There's this thing called the cocktail, and that's where I ended up. It led me homeless. Where like you take your methadone and you eat clonidine. You know what clonidine is? Blood pressure medicine. So that slows you down. Throw some benzos on it, some Xanax.
No.
That gets you whacked. Then you throw this shit called Phenergan, which is promethazine,
You
which
could
is
be like
what
a sales rep for a drug company. You just,
promethazine is one of the stronger ingredients in lean, that purple shit the kids drink now. The opiate drink, because that's just codeine, but promethazine is an opiate enhancer. It boosts it. By like with the methadone, with the promethazine. It's just fucking horrible.
like,
So
be a
heroin
chemist.
heroin
yeah, you
addicts
should have been a chemist.
heroin addicts want to do this. They want to nod and
Yeah,
not.
I know. You
Well,
see
I
it on
think
the
that's what
TV.
people are
But
trying
when
to
you
doing
do
on
that
our
shit-
side.
I would be like this all day.
This
Just
is boring.
all day. Just going. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. Sorry.
Sorry.
Well, I think we have like 2 hours of.
Yeah, I think we
time.
should tap out.
I think we're.
Told some horrible stories.
Some racist stories.
Oh, stop it! Stop it! All right, this is it. We're tapping out. This has been awesome, Amanda Cee.
Do you have points for?
Mitzi.
Are you making any points for next week that you're gonna continue?
No, it could
Points
be.
for next week. Are you gonna apply?
I will. I will with your photo.
Yeah. My photo.
Yeah.
My resume.
You'll get a job. I
And
don't have
no
a resume.
skills
I
from
don't
anywhere.
have a resume. I don't have a resume.
You do, but it's not impressive. That's the difference.
Yeah, I mean everyone has one. I think.
Yeah, it's like, what'd you do? Work.
I don't work. I haven't worked in a minute. I'm like a nanny. Sure.
Yeah, you work.
You're not,
Okay,
Stay
yeah.
at home
it's your own
dad.
child. Yeah, you're staying
Yeah.
home
Yeah.
dad.
Stay-at-home dad. 6 to
works.
6. And
That's
it's
like I
fun.
hate when
I
people
love
are
it. I
saying
love
they're
it.
babysitting their children. They're
No,
your
fuck yeah,
children.
baby shit. You're raising
You're
your
a
kid.
child.
Yeah.
It's your child. You can't babysit your child.
That's why I know I'm like domesticated now. Because back in the day, if I missed a train and had to go from Anton at Faneuil to Quincy, I'd be like, oh, I missed a train. I'll go sleep in a bush somewhere. Now I'm like, I'll walk home.
Because you got used to the
Because
bed.
I've grown. Yeah.
I grown.
'cause I have a home. I'm very domesticated and having a good life. This is dope. So I'm sorry if I creeped you out.
No, it's just funny because I never heard someone being like, yeah, I'm domesticated now. I like sleeping.
Well,
in
I
the
wasn't.
bed."
I wasn't. I was a street beast. That
You-
methadone
it's one of those things.
mile.
Once you get a nice
It's
luxury,
horrible.
you can't go back. You can't have central air. and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
go
yeah.
back.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't like central air at all.
What? I love it. I can't go back. Spoiled.
Makes me sneeze.
How do you deal with the heat in the
You mean
summer?
like forced air?
I
Like
love it.
You
I
love the heat.
heat.
You're just like all sweated.
No,
like.
no, I'm freezing all winter. Summertime.
I
is
love the heat,
comfortable.
but I can't be like.
So when I was in the Persian Gulf, it was 115 for over 2 weeks. Our central air conditioner broke down.
That's miserable.
We had in the kitchen it was like 135 plus.
Yeah, because you get the
So
ovens.
we were just working. We actually had to close the kitchen for a couple of days. We were just eating fried chicken and salads, but nobody wanted to eat anyways. Cause
So you don't want to move.
so
You don't want to
hot.
think. You don't want to.
Everybody worked with like a thing of water in their hand. But the problem
fried
was,
chicken and salad? Is that what that's?
That's what
You
we went
ate
in
because
at
you had
nighttime.
to.
We went in at
That's a good
nighttime. We
meal.
fried up a lot of fried chicken.
Oh,
Yeah.
love fried chicken.
And then we had cold fried chicken.
Ugh. I couldn't imagine being in that heat. No, I like heat, but I also like central.
But after that,
It's a different
I've never
kind of
really.
heat. It's average.
After that 2 week period, I've never been hot.
Been broken in you.
So you've been to the
That-
Middle
broken.
East?
That's it. It broke in. Yeah.
Like,
that's it.
I always feel sad. I'm like, I just think I'll never get to see what the Middle East looks like.
Don't ever say never.
I just don't think I ever
Go
will.
through the Suez
I don't think I
Canal,
ever
you
will.
get to see
I want to see it.
pyramids
Yeah, I want
and
to see all
stuff.
that shit.
Why, 'cause you
Soldiers,
can't get
your
soldiers on
passport?
both sides.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't.
Why are you banned from other countries already before going there?
Yeah, no flies.
Have they even heard you're like, fuck no.
No, he's
Yeah,
an
no.
American, and look at him. There
Yeah,
you go.
no, I don't have
We
no
want
need
your
or
type
like it's
here.
not safe to, you know, like.
It's not
But I
safe.
would love. I'd like to see what Baghdad looks like, you know. And
But
it's
If you,
it's a
when you
city
travel,
that's
the one
like-
thing you learn is
it's
the
all
world
everything's made
is
of
a small
stone.
place.
Oh yeah.
And we're all the same. We just speak different languages.
Yeah, we all went to
Oh yeah,
And we smell a little different in some countries.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But like even when I've gotten to go to California and feeling that like Southern California, it's the atmosphere, the
Yeah.
air, it smells different than it does.
Oh,
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that's
California.
New
beautiful.
York smells
I'm
different.
saying I would
than
love
here.
to see what the Middle East. I'd
Have
love
you ever
to
been?
see
How
it.
about our country?
Yeah, I got to go cross country.
How many states have you been?
Oh, we went through like here, then we were like Ohio, Indiana.
So you went the upper
we went-
route.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
okay.
Then we St. Louis, Aurora, Colorado, Flagstaff, Arizona, Netherland, Colorado. Just like
Right.
we went down like that playing with my band, and then California, Long Beach, and then San Diego. I got to see it pretty good.
Cool, yeah.
You know, living in
Yeah,
a school bus.
Yeah, traveling is.
Dude, we have full size school bus, 9 men living on it.
So you know what it's like being on a ship.
Yeah, yeah, we
Oh,
ripped out the
man.
seats and we
Living on a
built
school
bunks. They were
Yeah.
wood, 18 inches
I
wide,
had
with
a,
2x4s like this.
I took when
Sleeping
I sold my
between
house,
dudes like this, like
when I
slices of
got my
bacon.
divorce, sold
It was
my
awesome.
house,
It
I
was
took,
awesome, like a pirate ship.
My Blazer, I built a hideaway bed in the back. You know, it wasn't bunks. It was that's how we used to store our stuff. So it was like a coffin bed. You opened it up, had all my clothes in there,
Yeah.
and then a bed. And it was me and my dog. And we drove around the country. We hit every outside of Alaska and Hawaii. We hit every state. We hit a national and a state park in every state.
That's awesome
Wow.
because you get to sleep in
Well,
those
dedication.
4
places
months.
too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was saying it's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of time.
Yeah, it was like took 4 months. I mean, half the time we would catch fish and eat.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
awesome.
you know, I
It blows your mind. If I went across country now, it'd blow my mind. It was
yeah, I
just like,
stayed only in like 6 hotels, and that was like to take like a hot shower.
Yeah.
yeah. And we're from the Northeast. We don't understand wide open spaces until you see it. You go, oh shit, this is, because you can see, you know, like this is different.
Yeah,
Go outside, how
join
far
the
can
Navy,
you
you
see?
understand wide open spaces.
Yes.
Sounds
Oh
like
my
you
God.
could, it'd be like,
It just
In different
traveling across
atmospheres
the
too.
ocean,
Like you
where
got
the
to feel
fuck
that
is Leia?
desert atmosphere, like that
Yeah.
just,
desert heat.
oh, the heat.
Well, when I was in the Persian Gulf, we're in the Persian Gulf. That was like the water.
Yeah.
We were doing circles, and you couldn't see the land.
Yeah.
Everything was gray. The
Yeah,
ship
but
was
these are all
gray,
good
the
memories for
water's
you,
gray,
right?
the
You have
sky's
fun
gray.
doing this shit.
No, you only remember the good shit.
Yeah, right?
You cast out all the bad.
You
shit.
lost an eyeball along the way, but it
Yeah,
looks fine,
yeah.
you know?
You
you know?
lost your vision.
Yeah.
It's like one nostril works. Like, oh, we wouldn't have known if you didn't tell us.
It's exposed to asbestos, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So what was your thing on the ship? Like, what were you working as? Like,
Me, I was a cook.
cool. That's
Okay.
awesome. I grew up with a friend who was a cook.
Like Steven Seagal in that movie, dude. Remember that movie, dude?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
I had a better ponytail. Couldn't have a ponytail in the service.
What was your ratio of time of being like below deck in that big machine of a ship? And being
So it
up
depends on
and
what.
getting to go up
Depends
there.
on when you worked. So if you work 12 to 12, you work 12 to 12.
Yeah.
Or 7 to 7. You work 12-hour shifts. So if you work the day shift, you would go outside. If you work the night shift, half the time you could go weeks without going outside.
Wow.
Because when you went out, it's like.
Like, I don't know how people do submarines.
But is the world
I
tolerable
could
in
not.
that in your
Submarines,
life? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like what you're doing day to day, like get by, you know what I mean? Like it's all right.
Yeah, it sucked. But,
Do you want to go outside?
Huh?
Like, do you want to go topside? Is my question. Is that
I did.
Yeah.
And I would go out.
That's
I
right,
always
yeah.
did. When I worked the night shift, I would go find a place to sleep on one of the bridges, and I'd crash and sleep out in the sun.
that's
So
awesome.
when I came back, I was
Yeah.
so dark.
Bronzed.
No, I was black.
Yeah,
I came back, and my buddy, I says, "Hey, I'm pulling into Logan. Come pick me up." And I saw his car and everything. He drives around, and I'm in my navy whites. Drives right by. Second, I see him coming around the second time, and I'm waving him down. I'm like, "Hey, Brian!" And he right by me a second time. Third time it comes around, I jump in front of his car. He goes, "I just thought it was a black guy trying to pick me up."
I'm half Sicilian. I get dark too.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's tap out, guys.
Thank you, guys.
It's been a pleasure.
This has
It's been awesome.
Amanda, thank you.
Thank you for having an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. I don't know how much was true.
Yes, we
Gonna
talked
have you
some
on my,
crazy shit.
Sunday show. Plugged in.
The Sunday show. Okay, the Sunday fun day. Every Sunday.
Sunday.
It's fun every single
Sunday.
time.
When's the next show?
Sunday.
Sunday. This
And
Sunday.
then my
What's the
Friday
address?
night show, my
What's the
Friday night,
address?
79 Broadway
708 Broadway in Boston.
in Boston. 79 Broadway. Behind the Riviera Hotel.
Yeah, that's a fucking great room. It's a great
It's a
room.
great
Good
room.
time.
Always fun.
The audience is very receptive there. Let's do that.
All right, cool. We'll tap
Right.
out. This has been
Right.
awesome. You guys are great.
Great.
I'm fucking retarded.
Herb,
We'll be
thank
back.
you again for
Thank you.
being our man once again.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yay.